Radio shock jock.
Opie and Anthony.
You're videotaping yourself?
On YouTube. It should be on.
Yeah, Dice looking really weird.
Get a picture of Charles Nelson Riley. I'm sure he doesn't want to hear that, but...
Jack me nibble, Jack me quick. Pull that out, I'll suck it.
One lousy drop to the tongue. We rock. It has entered.
You know the main thing in your life? Sense of humor. Lose that, you're done. You might as well blow your brains out.
But enough of this. Let's get the show on the road.
And we're off.
Yes.
Good morning and welcome to the Opie and Anthony program.
What it's like to be awake. Wow.
You like being awake, huh?
It's amazing because it's so rare. I slept, I swear to you, 3/4 of the whole weekend. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, blow up, dummy. I was asleep the entire weekend.
Really?
I woke up occasionally, like barely even did anything. I hibernated, barely ate, barely did anything. I just medicated myself and just
What kind of
went to
medication?
sleep.
Anything good?
Now your basic NyQuil, some Robitussin.
Tylenol PM?
Some of the no, I'm more a NyQuil guy if I want to really crap myself out. Watched a couple of movies, which, you know, I remember like in this foggy haze.
Mm-hmm.
And then this morning, I had my alarm set and everything like that, but 3 in the morning, bang, I wake up, no alarms or anything, I just woke up, and I was like, saying to myself, there's no way I'm getting back to sleep. I'm done. So I like answered some Facebook stuff and then looked at the clock. It was 3:30, 3:45 maybe. I was like, just get your ass out of bed. What am I doing? I'm awake. There's no going back to sleep. So I wound up getting in early for the first time in I don't know how long.
You're really awake. It's really creeping us out.
Yeah.
Oh, that'll go away real quick.
By tomorrow?
Tomorrow. I'll,
Great.
yeah. I'll get home and be like, I'm so awake. Let me start cracking beers.
So we shouldn't get our hopes up. Because this is kind of nice.
Don't get your hopes
You're
up.
here early and chipper, and we're checking out videos. And
Chipper.
dare I say we were actually show prepping?
Yeah, a little show prep was going on.
God.
It was amazing. The voice feels better. It's like back, and still a little tinge on the left-hand side. So I sent Kenny out for some of that tea and honey. But, you know, knock wood. I don't see a problem with that. So, yeah, that was just a bad one. All of last week, I was in really crappy shape. The days I was in, my voice was shot. I was really, you know, trying. I think we had some good shows in there, but man, it hit me when I left Thursday. I was walking to get my truck, and I got so dizzy. I'm just like, oh no, this is not good. Pushed it.
Were you thinking aneurysm or something?
No, I was just thinking I'm really sick, like I got a flu or something. And you can't tell in that icy cold weather because you're sweating anyway, and you know, you're walking, and last thing I want to do is, collapse on the sidewalk and have some homeless guy decide he's got to give me mouth-to-mouth as he steals my wallet.
That would be your biggest nightmare.
That'd be the security camera for one of the banks, just see people rifling through my pockets.
Would you rather die at that point?
At that point, probably.
If you collapse on the sidewalk and there's a homeless guy coming toward you, and he wants to give you a mouth-to-mouth.
I know the CPR. Oh, yeah, do you?
What movies did you see? I saw 2.
2 movies?
I think we saw the same movie over the weekend.
Yeah.
We were talking about it a little bit.
I saw Taken.
I saw Taken.
I saw Taken.
You did?
Yeah.
3 Takens.
I'm thinking 2 out of 3 liked it, just by the look on your face.
At Jimmy's face.
I loved it.
Did you?
I swear to God, I
look at
loved
Jimmy.
it.
Did you?
And I'm not an action guy for the most part, you know, shoot and kill everything in sight type of movie watcher, but that I really liked. I thought they could have developed the characters a little better, but
I hated it.
Why did you hate it? This is the Liam Neeson movie that it seems like the whole world has seen, even though it's not in theaters yet. Because I was online last night talking about the movie, and everyone's like, "Oh yeah, I saw it last week. I saw it last month." And this movie's been shown all over the world. So that means a lot of copies of this movie are out there.
All right, Jimmy, who was talking in a weird way you didn't like? That seems to be how Jimmy distinguishes movies. Does this guy whispers?
Oh,
yeah, this guy talks like this.
What was your big problem with Taken?
besides the fact that Liam Neeson's hair dye job looked like he just it looked like he soaked his head in soy sauce.
All right, well, we're all laughing because that's.
Same thing. I'm just I'm watching, just going, what did they do to his hair?
He shoe polished it. It looks horrible.
Black hair, and he's no kid.
His teeth look gray too, or something.
I didn't even know. I couldn't.
I
get
noticed
past
that he
it.
had weird, bad teeth too.
And
Unbelievable.
The daughter was a terrible actress. She was terrible.
Yeah.
She ran like a retard. Watch when she ran.
Dude,
That's what my girl said too. Why does she run like that?
I started laughing as she's running because she was trying so hard to look like a young girl running.
Yeah.
But it was a retard run.
Right.
It was like, Dad!
Daddy!
She was trying to portray innocence by running to daddy like that.
Yeah. And then she gets like a horsey for her birthday. She is a retard.
Yeah.
His ex-wife marries the rich guy, and he brings a karaoke. It's this handheld, awful karaoke machine.
Horrid.
And then the daughter gets a pony and puts
From
down
her
this-
new father.
Dropped the friggin' thing pretty much.
Oh yeah, she dropped the karaoke like it was a hot potato.
Yeah.
and did the stupid run over to the horsey.
The horsey, a retard run.
He's a ex-CIA guy, and he's moved to this part of the country to be closer to his daughter.
His retarded daughter.
I didn't care about their relationship at all. She has to walk him through the kidnapping. It was horrendous.
They had to develop the characters a little better, but I liked it.
I liked it purely on just action.
Yeah, the action was
That's
ridiculous.
it. I didn't care about. I think I even commented on it on one of the many sites I'm on. It's one of those things where it's like I didn't care. I didn't believe any of that could have happened.
No.
But I just like the action. Liam Neeson's watching him beat up people is kind of funny with his soy sauce.
That stupid hairdo.
He's believable when he's beating people up, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Did you notice that the girl that the daughter went to Paris with was supposed to be just a little older, but she looked like she was pushing 30?
Yeah.
And acting like she's only 18, 19 years old?
And that
took me out of the movie a little bit, but...
She was like the stereotypical, we're in Europe, let's just go crazy.
Oh, it was so bad. I'm telling you, watch that movie again. I will beat you both out of having any enjoyment in this piece of crap movie. Patrice, I can't even be friends with him anymore for recommending it. He's my ex-friend. Patrice O'Neill is my ex-friend for recommending that movie.
I liked it, man.
Ex-friend.
I liked it.
Taken as in a big dump. Is what it was.
I absolutely liked the action sequences.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
The action was good. Action is fine. But
And I said last night that they didn't wimp out with the violence because a lot of these movies, it's like there's a lot of shooting, but they don't really show you that person is actually now dead.
Yeah.
This movie was like, screw all the rules where everyone's dying in this movie. Everyone.
Yeah. A pretty good movie that I saw, and it's available on demand. It's been out for a while, is Eastern Promises. That's the one with Vigo. Vigo is in it. Russian mob kind of a movie.
Okay.
And ultra violent, really good. A lot of throat slittings. Some very graphic cutting off fingers of a body and knocking the teeth out so they could dump the body.
Wow.
Where it looks pretty realistic and just some ruthless Russian mob stuff.
Who's the star in that? Anyone famous?
Vigo Mortensen, yeah. I sound like Voss. Vito Morgenstone.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah,
I know.
from Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, I know that
Lord of the Rings guy.
You should have said Lord of the Rings guy.
Lord of the Rings guy.
I don't know most of these guys' names, but, I know their characters.
Vigo, right?
Yeah.
We also saw Gran Torino over the weekend. Anyone else?
I just YouTubed every single clip where he's racist in it. I figured that's all I really needed to see. And pretty goddamn funny just watching him be a real racist. I think they did hold back on a couple of things, but what the hell? I just saw a picture Danny just put up of look at Liam Neeson's hair.
Of his soy sauce hair?
Yeah, where could I get that wig? That's a good one. Doesn't offer much height, but the color's not. Matches my shoes. Could use the same polish on my head and my platform shoe.
That's hilarious. That's stupid too. You got the hair of an Asian man. You got Jackie Chan's wig. That's good.
That's good.
Jay's impression.
I'm barely holding on to the fact that I like the movie, but I'm gonna hang in there. I'm gonna hang in there.
Hang in there.
I'm trying to hang in there.
I liked it.
Brush my sushi against his hair. It makes me sick.
Take your chopsticks and dip it in.
Oh, he bugs me and his dumb daughter. No one ever tells you why he has to go and have this relationship. Hey, if you ever want to come back to the CIA, I'm here.
Right. Yeah, and his CIA buddies didn't even help him out.
But the story itself was good. They just needed to develop it a little more. And then I think this would have been a blockbuster hit, right?
Yeah.
Because obviously he didn't have time for his daughter. Now he retired, and now he has time. But they don't really show why the ex-wife hates his guts. Past the fact that their love life is over, what happened?
I think because he wasn't there all the time.
Yeah, but they didn't really develop that. They should have developed that just a little more.
They had a quickie conversation about how he was never there for anything. He was always off in some other country doing his CIA stuff.
Right.
And then he goes out with his CIA friends, for a few beers and stuff, and then works with them for some security detail. And then his daughter's taken. Yeah. And these CIA guys, you'd think they'd all chip in and help him kick some ass.
Know what scene, the last, there's a scene in the movie where he saves the Britney Spears character.
Yeah.
She's saved. She was going to be stabbed to death.
Yes.
And then there's a pivotal scene in the movie where they go visit the Britney Spears character. Yeah. And she's supposedly as big as Britney Spears, and she was almost killed.
Yeah.
And she opens up her front door, and she's living on a regular block. You see cars on the side, she's on
in
the
her
side
robe
street,
and just
right? Just opens the door. Yeah. It's why wouldn't she be in a gated community if she is as big as Britney Spears?
Yeah. And him and that dumb horse-faced daughter of his are just kind of standing there dopedly. She wants to be a singer. Does she?
Yeah. She was such a dope.
She should put a shotgun in her mouth and sing the blues. She's awful.
Sing the old toe trigger blues.
Yeah, better that than an actress. Wow, is that awful?
I'm hanging in there. I liked it.
I hated that movie.
God.
There was a little bit of hardcore in that movie for you George C. Scott fans.
It was. There was a point where he's opening up some doors, and I was expecting him to see his daughter just strung out on heroin, maybe getting pounded.
Heroin, yeah.
And getting pounded, and him turn it off. But no, it didn't happen. Of course, she was the one that they don't, string out. And,
right.
I don't know.
Well, she was...
I was like, I like the action. That's what I liked about it. There was some good fights, and some gunplay.
And none of you guys saw Gran Torino?
No.
No, like I said, I just watched all the races.
Eastwood was really good in that movie.
Yeah.
Really good. But the plot, and how they spoon-fed what they want to accomplish here was so obvious to me. That frustrated me, but the movie itself was really good. Really good.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of anything else I saw. I got a lot of jokes about that, too, because I put on my Facebook, I said, I'm watching King Kong, make your own jokes. and they did.
Yeah, of course they did.
I decided to give that one another shot, but that Jack Black,
he took you out of the movie?
Totally took me out of it.
Oh, he was good.
He was good. Yeah. Yeah.
'Twas beauty killed the beast.
Yeah. Jack Black takes me out of every goddamn movie. Unless it's some dumb comedy where he's supposed to be the Jack Black character.
Yeah.
I'm really not buying Jack Black doing anything. I know the movie's old and everything, man.
I hated him in Tropic Thunder. Hated him in Tropic Thunder.
I didn't eat that either. It's like...
I liked Tropic Thunder a lot, but Jack Black was like, ugh.
Oh, the drug addict character.
I hated him in that movie.
Yeah, I thought there was one funny moment with him in that, when he was tied up to the tree. There was one funny thing.
Right.
Yeah, Tropic Thunder I thought was pretty overrated as far as being a funny movie. I had heard, oh my God, you got to see this. It's hysterical. And I watched it. They had some funny moments, but, not one of these, wow, I'm laughing my ass off through the whole thing movies. So.
Right. It's tough to do these days. Know what movie I saw on Friday night? We went old school. Stupid Ghostbusters. That movie sucks.
You can't revisit some of those movies.
That's what I'm getting at. Yeah. And I'm telling my girl, I'm like, this movie, she remembers herself, but I'm like, this movie was huge. It was a massive blockbuster.
Huge hit.
I was bored out of my mind watching
Was it corny
Ghostbusters.
to watch the jokes and stuff in hindsight?
Bill Murray he's amazing because he's just playing that sarcastic,
the Bill
smooth,
Murray character before he got serious. Bill Murray got
right.
Yep.
But It just goes on and on. It's slow. It's horrible.
Yeah.
The jokes stink. It's one of those.
Special
It just
effects were
doesn't.
good.
It doesn't hold up. Oh my God! When the monster runs into the park, it's like, wow, we've come a long way with the CGI stuff.
Yeah.
Because it's just like
Yeah.
not moving fluidly whatsoever.
Well, this does go into the whole thing of how ridiculous people are and what they find enjoyable in movies, because number one for the second week in a row, what was that?
Paul Blart.
Mall Cop.
Mall Cop. This thing is making a bloody fortune.
Maybe it's a funny movie though.
Maybe it is.
Maybe it is.
When I see
or
him
maybe
on that little friggin' scootery thingy and he's backing up and going forward, I can't stop laughing. That's hysterical.
Dude, I'd rather sit in the cold for 2 hours. If I went to a movie theater and I was looking for something and the only thing was that I could get a ticket for would be Mall Cop, I would just sit outside the theater for 2 hours. There's no effing way I would see that movie.
I can't see how it's funnier than his movie where he marries Adam Sandler. I don't see that. I don't see any movie being as funny as that movie, because two guys and then they got married.
That's crazy.
It's so crazy, but they're not gay.
Right.
So, like,
But everyone thinks they are.
Yeah, so the problems it creates, Opie, you'll just laugh your ass off.
I took a peek at that movie. I lasted 10 minutes. I'm like, this is horse
I couldn't
crap.
look at the movie poster.
Yeah.
I couldn't look at it. It was posted outside, like, the Lincoln Tunnel.
Yeah, what's wrong with the public? You have choices out there these days, you idiots. 27% positive reviews, and it's the number one movie in America for the second week in a row, this Mall Cop. Why are people going in droves if we could all check out reviews now online?
Check out Who's Our President.
Yeah.
Enough said.
I'm so out of touch with comedies. I really am in general. Like, I was watching scenes from that Will Ferrell movie with
Step Brothers.
John.
Yeah.
It made my teeth hurt.
Yeah, there's a couple.
It was horrendous.
There's got to be a service where they just show like just the best parts and the funniest parts of movies.
A comedy.
Because there were a few really funny scenes in Step Brothers, but the movie itself is just horrendous.
It's so hard to make a comedy that just goes like for me, my type of humor and everything, Superbad was hysterical.
Great. Love Superbad.
Goddamn hysterical movie.
Loved it.
That is what I find funny. Like, look at him on I bet he gets into all kinds of trouble at the mall and has to deal with mall people. I bet there's a sassy old lady and a sassy fat black woman he's got to deal with.
You know what I don't understand about it, guys like Kevin James? How bad do you want to be famous or continue your fame that...
Oh, please.
You think he's sitting there, I know he's making a bloody fortune off the movie, but you think he's like proud of what he does?
Yes.
As a creative person?
That bank account?
Well,
there's pride in decimal points.
Well, let's take the money part out. Obviously, money is like great for everybody, but you think he actually sits there and is like, "Wow, man, I really did something good here. This movie, man, I'm proud of this movie."
I don't know. I guess.
Or is he like get the douche chills inside and gets embarrassed?
Like anything else, when you're doing it, it's fine.
You think?
Yeah. You think you're doing the right thing.
Well, he certainly doesn't need the money. I'll say that.
Yeah.
King of Queens, he's probably making $20 million a year.
Or maybe he wants
20,000. I was going to say perhaps a bit more.
I meant to say 20,000, but I forgot it's a show where he's supposed to be funny. But I just gave a real answer. But he had a bona fide moneymaker with King of Queens.
Yeah,
so.
you have a TV series that's on 3 seasons or more, and that thing was on for how long?
7, 8 years.
Yeah, and so he's set.
Let me tell you something too. We had a chance to talk to Kevin James, and we can't get behind your dumb movie. It's awful looking.
We fake some of the movies when guests come in. We're like, yeah,
right.
I saw it, and it's definitely on film,
right.
Right. But that it would have been really hard to go. Tell us about Mall Cop. It just looks fantastic.
Yeah. All right, we're just getting started. 877-212. O&A. Kent the movie guy, Jim replied to my email about Taken, made me feel like an idiot for liking it.
Oh, Jimmy's good like that. Jimmy can make you feel stupid for liking something.
You're just getting people back because of what Patrice did to you. Or no, you did it to Patrice with Face Off. Never mind.
Oh, Face Off, right.
Yeah.
I heard about that discussion.
That was hilarious.
And if we can come back and I can talk about Time Warner Cable. And,
did you have a little problem with them?
You bet I did.
Oh, first we
I got a problem with them, too.
Cool. Happened in the middle of a pay-per-view I happen to be enjoying.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Fedor?
Yep.
All right, we'll talk about that next.
no!
Opie and Anthony. We'll get through it, though. Opie and Anthony, 877-212-ONA. So Jimmy had a problem with Time Warner Cable.
What a terrible service.
I hate Time Warner Cable. I can't get online to play my damn Tiger Woods golf, and it's becoming a major thing. Send someone over my house and fix my cable modem.
Certainly hope they're not a sponsor.
Well, they have to do the right thing.
Well,
If I got a real problem with them.
sometimes you keep it, private if they're a sponsor.
Oh, really?
Oh.
And then publicly, you bash things that are like competitors.
Really?
Yeah.
Then maybe they should have got someone to my house immediately.
Maybe they should have.
Instead of giving me the old runaround.
I know. I just got jammed up with Dell that one time. I went off.
Yeah, it happens.
Schmonzer.
That's why these companies got to take care of everybody, and they have to have a good customer service and take care of their customers because you never know who you're talking to.
You never know. You can never know.
I blasted them on MySpace already. I was watching I did a couple sets Saturday. I canceled my final show because I wanted to come home and watch the Fedor Affliction pay-per-view.
Yeah.
He was fighting Andrei Arlovsky, and I wanted to see it. So I get home, and I turn on the Affliction pay-per-view, and the fight before Fedor was this guy Josh Barnett and this guy Gilbert Ivell. And, Barnett's a big white guy, and the dude he was fighting, this Gilbert dude, looks like just a convict. He's a bald dude. He's like a Brazilian, a black dude. He's tattoos everywhere. And
He looks like he's a problem.
a major problem. And this big, klutzy-looking white dude is all over him. It's great. It's something you never expect to happen. He's beating the hell out of him. He's got him on the 5-minute rounds. 3 5-minute rounds is how long a UFC fight is. So, or the MMA. So it's the third round, and there's 3 minutes left. And on a digital thing, when something's happening, and all of a sudden,
It freezes.
It
Yeah,
freezes.
I hate that.
so it froze. And it stayed frozen, and it stayed frozen, and it stayed frozen. And so I called Time Warner.
Did you unplug your box?
Exactly.
Unplug the box from the wall for 3 minutes. I will hold, and then you tell me when it's done. So how the weather there?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have a card in the front of the box? Pull the card out. Wait, let me look at my flow chart. Okay. Now plug it back in. Now wait an hour for the box to reboot.
Meaning that's my excuse to get off the phone and deal with the next dummy.
God.
As soon as they go into script mode, I always go, no. No script. And I even say, no, throw your script away.
Yeah.
We're gonna skip a bunch of those dumb steps that you got in front of you.
Yeah.
No. Here's the deal. This is what I know. And then maybe you could find it on your dumb flow chart.
Do you own a television?
Yeah, exactly.
All right. We can
Right.
skip the first few of these.
Right. Exactly. So go ahead, Jimmy. It froze up.
Oh, dude.
And obviously it froze up before the main attraction, which is the Fedor fight.
This is the third and final round of a fight before Fedor's. So I'm like, is this coming out of the signal from Anaheim, or is this Time Warner?
Yeah.
So I wait a couple minutes, and I call Time Warner, and I'm flipping out. And then I realize 17 minutes has passed, and nothing is happening. And the guy's trying to reset me the signal. We're going to refund your money, sir. And I'm screaming, that's not good enough.
Right.
I was out of my mind.
Not the part.
So I went into the bedroom, and I turned on the Affliction channel, and there it is. It's happening. I'm like, God forbid the dummy who worked for this company said, you have another TV, go check that set. Didn't even think to tell me that.
Oh.
And I turn it on, and there's the Fedor fighting. And so that my girl and I sit on the bed, and I'm like, all right, well, at least we get to see the fight. And exactly 2 seconds later, Arlovsky kicks Fedor into the corner. Fedor pops out and knocks him unconscious. So I caught exactly 27 seconds
no.
of the fight. I was so angry.
Oh, my God. You must have been.
You know what,
so
though?
pissed.
That's a good 27 seconds, though.
It was, but I finally...
Not good enough, I understand, but...
I did get to see the whole thing, but it was so irritating.
Yeah.
'Cause when you watch the whole thing, because Fedor was not killing him in that fight. I think Arlovsky was winning the round. I mean...
he was hanging in there.
Yeah, I think he was at least...
And then he attempts some kind of, running jump.
Oh, it worked. He kicked him into the corner.
But then he lunged with his knee up in the air, right? And he was off the ground. And Fedor clocked him right on the chin, out cold before he hit the canvas.
He had a reach advantage, and he seemed to give that up when he came into the corner against Fedor. And Fedor, that big, meaty Russian fist, he hit him with a shot. He was unconscious in midair, and he just fell.
Yeah.
Wow.
And you have to see this knockout, the man you chit-chatted with.
Yeah.
And he wasn't having a good fight, but that's what a great fighter does.
His arms and legs just went dead immediately and just kind of like fell awkwardly. He could have broke like his arms or something.
He could have broke his neck. He just fell like a man who was unconscious falling. So that's what I caught. And it was just great to see. But it was like when you watch the whole fight, it was like much more exciting because you're like, wow, he is not winning this fight. And then, pow, it's over. It was that fast.
That's how those MMA things go, too. It's just amazing.
Watch this moment, Ant. Arlovsky will kick him into the corner. Arlovsky's taller. He has more reach. He looks like he's in better shape. At least he has nice
Fedor
abs.
looked like he was having a tough time figuring him out. But he had a lot of patience. I think that's what... that's one of Fedor's strengths.
But this guy had some good feeling.
He kicked him in the corner, bounces off the rope, and
damn!
night.
He jumped right into his fist.
Yes, he did.
He said, "Please punch me in the face."
Oh my God! The quickness of
it's like
guy.
Fedor didn't even really know what happened for a second. He's like, "I think I punched him."
He threw an overhand right, and dumb bearded Arlovsky, chin first, sailed into it.
Wow! He jumped right into that fist at the. Talk about the wrong time to get up to try to kick.
Just out.
He threw a really hard.
Look at the blood.
Yeah, blood
coming out of his face.
The guy was unconscious on the ground. His hands, he was like laying on his face, and his hands were tucked beside him.
Yeah,
like there was he couldn't even put his arms up to block his face as he
just
fell.
Put a blankie on him, let him go to sleep like that.
Oh, they could have just thrown what do they call the snuggie?
A little snuggie on him. Wow, that was some knockout.
It was that fast. It was over though. There was no like brawl
Oh, and I could just see you tuning in, going, "All right, we're gonna catch it up." Wait, what?
It's over.
It's over.
Unbelievable. Hey, what's going on with them?
Bastards.
What's going on with MMA in New York? They're still like fighting it out with the officials. Get MMA in New York. What's wrong with you? This sport is taking over the world.
I guarantee it's boxing. I guarantee you it's other sports.
Boxing has a stronghold in New York, that's for sure, especially Madison Square Garden. You know what, Jimmy? You're right. Look at that. You just answered my question. Because MMA is everywhere except for New York, and they're having a tough time breaking into the New York market.
The city's crying poverty and wants to make some bucks. You know?
Jimmy's right. I mean, the boxing thing is probably well connected here in the big city.
Talking about maybe some kind of crime that might be a little organized.
Well, I don't know about that, but Don King isn't the most
reputable.
No,
is he reputable?
Hey, speaking of sports, the Joe Torre book. I just saw the headlines. Yeah. What do you know on that, Ant? Torre's got a book blasting Steinbrenner, A-Rod, the Yankees.
You know, it's refreshing to see a book come out by anybody that's honest. Mm-hmm. That peels back the layers and looks at a little bit of ugliness underneath. I don't want to see a Joe Torre book that is only about like, well, this was one of the greatest teams I worked with, and when we went into the series and this year, this is what happened. And I'm sure, that stuff is in here, but we want to hear the Yankee personalities are so huge. Mm-hmm. I mean, they are known nationwide, the names. Jeter, A-Rod. People know these people regardless of if you're a Yankee fan, if you live in New York. These are just names that people know around the country just because of the celebrity status. And it's amazing to see Torre just start going after some of these guys. Mm-hmm. He wrote a book, especially people like George Steinbrenner. Well, and the Steinbrenner family and the people around Steinbrenner.
Did you ever think that Torre would tell stories like this?
No,
he comes across
like the guy,
that he would go to his grave with all the crap he saw.
Take your pinch like a man, you keep your mouth shut.
But it's refreshing.
But that
he's doing this.
It is,
like you said.
He's in L.A. now.
Had a good run with the Dodgers.
Had a good season.
That's got to make him feel good.
Perhaps some of this stuff was really bugging him. The past few years. And,
you know what this is about. They showed him the door when they shouldn't have showed him the door.
Yeah.
I mean Torre, proved himself that he should have stayed in New York for a few years. But whatever. What's some of the bullet points in this book there?
Well,
headlines, whatever.
A lot of people are calling A-Rod a fraud, which is a good one. They obviously pay this guy boatloads of money, and Torre was saying, look, we were looking for a young guy that was going to come in here that we could watch and build and make into something. And he goes, and obviously over the years, I realized this just wasn't happening. Like, this just was not going to happen. Here's one of my favorite little lines from the book, though. Tori says, I said to Alex, do me a favor. At least get a cup of coffee by yourself instead of sending someone out to get your cup of coffee. Which now, to me, comes off as a figurative thing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Could be tea.
Yeah. It could be tea. A little while later, he goes out of his way to find me. He's carrying a cup of coffee. Alex then says, look, Skip, I got my own cup of coffee. And then Tori goes, that wasn't even the point. It was just an example. The point was just to be one of the guys. He didn't get it. Like, to come running up and going, look, Skip, I got my own coffee.
Just completely out of touch.
Oh, God. Ugh.
All right, devil's advocate.
Okay. Yeah.
He had lifts in his cleats. He slid wig first. He was safe. It was... Perhaps it annoyed Alex when he said that, and then saw him later while he had his own coffee. And maybe A-Rod was busting his balls back, going, look, I got my own coffee. I'm not saying that's true. I hate A-Rod.
Maybe.
But that could be true.
But when A-Rod writes a book and then puts that in it, you know, this is what I'm reading, and you could see that.
Okay.
You could see someone like A-Rod doing something like that. Like, hey, even if he was being sarcastic, like, look, see, I got my cup of coffee. It's like, no, that ain't the point. Sometimes you just got to, like, be one of the guys on the team.
Chris Charles from Oceanside. I knew this was coming. Yeah, A-Rod only had 2 MVP seasons with the Yankees so far. Some fraud.
Yeah, you're right.
The fact is, when it comes time to really produce in the clutch, the guy stinks.
Yeah. Well, maybe Joe should have said that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How about this? Most valuable postseason player. Can you get that one once?
Right.
Yeah.
And by the way, it's not Jimmy or Anthony saying a fraud. It's his own teammates.
Oh, my God.
It's in the book. Joe Torre said his own teammates called A-Rod a fraud.
Could you explain a book to this guy first? Perhaps he's having problems with that.
And claims he had developed a single white female-like obsession with Derek Jeter.
With Jeter, where he would just follow him around like a puppy dog.
I love my hair like this.
Yeah, how about Joe Torre would have
Line
told
from
him,
the movie, yeah.
you know, hey, Alex, every once in a while, why don't you produce in October?
Mm-hmm.
How about that? Give him that goal so he could go, look, Skip, I hit the ball.
And what's the deal with his cancer? I guess George Steinbrenner knew that Torre had cancer before Torre knew he had cancer.
Oh, my God, Steinbrenner knew.
And the tumors in Steinbrenner's box. Of all the dramatic melanomas.
Of all the dramatic things I've ever seen.
Joe's prostate's in the dugout holding up a sign.
Goodness gracious.
The white blood cells are smiling.
Oh, that's that's terrible. That's just awful.
But I guess the team physician went to Steinbrenner first and said, Torre's got the big C.
Yeah, got the big casino.
And then Steinbrenner, according to the book, it says, George called me and led me to believe that he knew the results, which pissed me off. So I stopped trusting not so much George, but the people around him from that point on. And that's in reference to George Steinbrenner knowing the results of Torre's prostate cancer exam before Torre himself did.
Well, they said that Steinbrenner didn't come right out and say that he knew, but he was just he wasn't a good actor. Like, he's like, so, hey, Joe, how are you? You laying on your side or stomach again, huh? Joe's like, what?
Oh. The doctor's doing catcher's signals behind him. Just checking.
Yeah. You know?
Oh, that's terrible.
That's just
awful.
Let's say hi to Frank in Jersey. Frankie.
Yo, good morning, guys.
Good morning, Frank.
Jimmy, it sounded like you were sticking up for A-Rod for a minute. That guy's a pompous ass.
I'm not sticking up for him. I was only joking, but I was
that
saying
was more of a joke there, buddy.
I was saying that you just don't know if he read the sarcasm right there either. But no, I'm sticking up for A-Rod. I think he's a bum. He's he's a Hall of Fame player, but he's terrible in the postseason, and I just don't like him.
We ran into him in Atlantis. My friend was down tying his shoe. He stepped up and bumped into A-Rod by accident. He goes, oh, A-Rod, welcome to New York City. We're so happy to have you here. Good luck. He goes, yeah, listen, kid, don't let it happen again. Big pompous jerk.
Ugh.
Yeah.
You sure he wasn't kidding when he said that?
He doesn't seem
Don't
like...
let it happen again.
It seems like he doesn't know what kidding is. Right. Right now he's got to listen to himself instead of continue the conversation. And to wrap up, we're talking sports here. This is a weird little story. Coach was fired. There was a high school basketball coach. He was fired. The reason he was fired was because his team won the game 100-0.
100-0.
So the school, this is the whole sportsmanship crap that is happening with. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, it sounds like a South Central against Connecticut.
Well, yeah.
And the opposing coach, David Patterson, had to explain why he was having all of his players throw the ball into the bleachers, why he was putting cheerleaders in as the center.
Let me read a paragraph or two, and let's see if this is justified. It's that whole sportsmanship thing that is ruining this country as far as sports programs go. Dallas, the coach of a Texas high school basketball team that beat another team 100-0, was fired yesterday. The same day, he sent an email to a newspaper saying he will not apologize for a wide margin victory when my girls played with honor and integrity. So it was a girls' basketball game. They won 100-0.
Who cares about that?
What was the guy supposed to do? Take all his players off the court and let them score a basket? Why are you going to apologize for that?
How do you play? I don't understand how you win. Were they playing like a special school? You can't win 100-0. Me against the Lakers. The whole team against. I would score 2.
Well, yeah, at least get one basket.
Kyle Queel, it looks like, the headmaster for Covenant School, said in the Dallas Morning News Online edition that he could not answer if the firing was a direct result of Coach, can't pronounce his name, email disagreeing with administrators who called the blowout shameful.
Maybe the opposing team had all synced up. Girls do that. Maybe they all had that. The court looked like a bingo card. What are we playing on here? Strawberry Field?
Yeah. They keep coming out and mopping.
Oh, my God.
Only basketball court that needs a Zamboni.
That's funny.
There's a Christian thing happening here. It is shameful and an embarrassment that this happened. This clearly does not reflect a Christ-like and honorable approach to competition.
Christ-like?
Yeah. You know what? This coach, this coach is better off.
Yeah.
That they fired him. Who wants to deal with that crap?
The more important question is, did the one who lost 100-0 get fired?
Yeah, exactly. Right? That's the one that should be looking for a job.
Right. It wasn't Christ-like.
Yeah. He crucified the other team.
Yeah, exactly.
I told him that.
It's funny. They were all shooting balls and they had holes in their hands.
The coach, who has been criticized for letting the game get so far out of hand, made it clear in the email yesterday to the newspaper that he does not agree with his school's assessment. Good for him, man.
Yeah.
Enough of the dumb sportsmanship. You learn a little bit. Maybe half these girls will learn, well, I suck at basketball. I'm going to go try something else.
How about practice a little more, maybe, and figure out what went wrong that you lost 100-0 and don't do it again. Oh, kids will never learn when they're just given this opportunity to just fail with impunity.
Right.
Oh, and then the succeeding team and leader gets chastised for succeeding.
Right.
That's what we're doing in this country these days.
Absolutely. The coach is like, I'm not going to apologize, and have my team feel embarrassed or ashamed. We played the game as it was meant to be played. My values and my beliefs will not allow me to run up the score on any opponent, and it will not allow me to apologize for a wide margin victory when my girls played with honor and integrity.
That's right.
That's a good feeling for that team, winning 100-0. That would be cool. Like, you're sitting there at a game that you obviously going to win no matter what, but it gives you a little thing like, wow, could we shut out this team?
Yeah.
As a team, can we possibly shut out this team? That becomes the thing.
Yeah.
Instead of like, oh, we're just going to smear this team and who gives a crap. Now it's like, how good are we? Are we able to play the game how it's meant to be played where they don't score one basket?
Yeah. Well, let's get a girl's point of view. Travis?
Man. Just have more information on the story.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were here for a female point of view.
The team that they played, I do remember reading that they were a bunch of girls who had short attention spans and dyslexia.
Well, then what are they doing in the same league?
Shooting into the other basket.
Right.
Just like
Yeah, the story doesn't say that that team only scored 50 out of the 100 points, and the other team scored the other 100 for them.
Short attention spans, would they be running for a layup and then just get bored and leave the ball and walk as they're running alone, dribble, and then just drop the ball and walk stupidly out the door?
dribbling, pick up a badminton net and start playing that game.
Or racket.
A net. Why would you pick up the net? It's up. Why would it be up during a basketball game?
Who's this, Roach? Is it Roach from Wackbag?
Yeah, this actually happened down here in Dallas. The coach of the team that won, since he was the coach of a Christian school, he actually went up to the other team after the game and said that he was willing to forfeit because that wasn't the Christian thing to do by winning by 100 points.
Right.
And they're still going to fire him? I mean...
I guess he's done. He's fired.
But that's BS.
Well, of course it is. That's what we're getting at here.
Easy.
But, I mean, he even offered to forfeit the game after winning by that much.
Well, hold on.
He even just said, look, all right, we won 100-0. If it makes people feel better, I'll just forfeit the win and give it to the other team?
Yeah, because he was the coach of a team from a Christian school.
Right.
And that's not the Christian thing to do.
Oh, well, I guess it was a day late and a dollar short, as they say.
How about we separate our religion from everything else? It's not the Christian thing to do. Guess what? We're playing
that.
Well, it was a private school.
We're playing a sport here. Like, take the religion out of it. You could go back to praying after the game's over.
Sport. What the hell does that have to do with religion? Stop.
What do you got, Stump?
The losers are getting more out of this. They were on Good Morning America this weekend. Mark Cuban has invited them to a Mavericks game. Nike is talking about sponsoring the team on a trip to the All-Star game in Phoenix.
Wait, Mark Cuban is supporting this?
Yeah, he wants to help out.
He's no longer a friend of the show.
Who's he trying to help?
He said the losing girls.
He's not supporting the firing, is he? He's just saying he feels bad for the girls who lost.
They're all suddenly these girls are America's sweethearts.
No, they're not.
Losing.
They stink.
They should go victim mentality.
They should go play another sport. Oh, please! I want to hear the Good Morning America audio. This country sucks as far as what's going on with this crap.
Does Imus have a comment? Or is he leaving girls' basketball teams alone these days?
He said, I really appreciate their dues, and they're all virgins.
He used the word nappy again, but it meant, they were asleep on the basketball court.
Oh, they were taking a nap.
Yeah, they were taking nappies. Stupid.
No, idiot.
All right, we got to take a break.
We ended up in one of his little stories there.
Yeah, I saw that.
No.
Yeah, because we're trying to be shocking all the time. What's that about?
Who said that?
No, it was, like Imus said that he thought his bosses. We'll get into it, but briefly, there was an article out about how Imus is doing.
Well, he's been back a year.
Yeah, back a year.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, and he says his ex bosses had wanted him to be shocking, like Howard Stern and Opie and Anthony. So that's how our Google alert.
But it's not true because we had the same bosses and they actually were taking the shocking part away from everybody in this company. So that's just not true.
And then they said the face of his show has changed because they do have two black people on the show and the content has changed. He's not going for the real meanness or gutter stuff anymore. And whatever he wants to do, I guess you go through stuff like that. We're obviously not going to do anything with churches anymore, so he had a little problem with racial stuff, and he wants to steer clear of that. But
there's two quick phone calls, and then we got to take a break. Chris in Michigan.
Hey, the reason why those girls suck so bad is the school that they're from. There's only 20 girls in the high school, and 12 of them are on the team.
Wow!
Come on, is that the truth?
Sure, that's what I heard when we were talking about the stupid thing. But
you know what? Then, what do you want from the other team? That's pretty funny, though. Only 20 girls and 12 have to be on the team.
And it's a school for primordial dwarfs.
The Progeria girls.
Yeah, the Progeria kid's the center.
She's 97 years young. Coach Benjamin Buttons. Right.
Rod in Georgia. Roddy.
Was that team's MVP Martini off of Cuckoo's Nest?
That's very funny. You threw the ball into the fence.
Right.
There's nobody there.
That was one of the best basketball scenes ever.
Oh, yeah.
Nicholson's just supposed to play basketball, and Danny DeVito throw it in me, and he throws to him, and he just stupidly with his straight arms out spins to the right and throws the ball against the fence. Martini, you threw the ball into the fence. There's nobody there.
He's just so frustrated. Just wants to have a nice little game of basketball.
Yeah,
almost with a bunch of dummies.
I'd watch that movie so much more if it wasn't so goddamn depressing at the ending.
I know.
Like, I'd watch it so much more.
Then stop the movie right there.
Should I do that?
Yeah. I like to stop the movie where the windows open. I'm like, see, everything worked out.
Yeah.
And they're all leaving. All right, I'm going to go watch Family Guy now.
Yeah, I'm out.
You can make your own ending.
He's trying to show Chief how to play basketball, and he gets on Bancini's back. Bancini, old horse!
Yeah.
And he, no, General! And he's trying to make him go the other way. I'm tired.
I'm tired.
Bunch of psychopaths.
That effing movie's brilliant. All right, we got to take a break. Some thoughts. Sushi chef road rage. We'll figure out what we're going to do next.
Road rage.
Pelosi talking about contraception.
She's an ass, by the way.
Father chains daughter to bed for overeating.
Hot.
I like that. Hey, what else you gonna do?
And Stephen Adler on the heron.
Yeah.
So we'll figure out what we're doing next.
Also, I dig this new broad they plugged in there as a senator. I'm digging this broad.
Oh, the one for New York?
Oh, yeah.
That means she loves guns.
Well.
And hates black people.
Who is she? Hey. No. I don't even care what her name is.
Gillibrand.
No. Yeah, It almost sounds a little too much like our lawyer here is what it was.
Oh, really?
Hildebrand. It's Gildebrand.
That ass.
And she has a voting record of 100% with the NRA.
Really?
Absolutely.
At least she's balanced.
Yeah.
Yes.
We'll talk about that next and other
Thank
things.
you.
Opie and Anthony, stay there. Opie and Anthony couldn't get to the guy. He coaches high school basketball. He said any coach that would run the score up to 100-0, there's no way they wouldn't be fired.
Really?
I was a big sports guy growing up, and, we took our beatings. It was depressing to get killed by another team. But you learned from that as a human being.
And let me ask you something. Why isn't there somebody, a game official, whose job it is to call the game? The coach's job should be to let your team play to the best of their ability until the end of the game.
Right.
That's their job, not to instill in them some kind of sympathy thing.
Right.
If the officials want to call the game when it gets 50-0, then let them do it.
But you got to play hard all the way through,
Right.
and that's like a life lesson.
Yeah.
You're gonna get your ass kicked, and sometimes you're gonna kick someone else's ass.
Put it in the rules if you don't want it. If it's going to get a guy fired for not doing it, then put it in the rules that it's a must. If you get to 50-0,
right,
the game is over.
I hate what's going on in sports. I used to be, I should say, a huge NBA fan, and in the last I don't know how long it's been now, maybe 10 years. Like when a team is really winning by a lot, they take all their star players out, and they throw the scrubs in there.
Yep.
Old school NBA, you would get to see like Michael Jordan like kicking someone's ass and going, "Wow, he could score 80 points tonight." But now, when there's a big lead, they take LeBron James out, they take Kobe Bryant out of the game. I was a huge Pete Maravich fan, and I was watching some MSG Classic where he's running up the score on the Knicks. And if he played that game today, they would have taken him out after the third quarter because the game was over.
Yep.
And I hate that that's going on in the NBA. Hate it.
That's not sportsmanship, though. That's so your stars don't get hurt. That's why they're doing that, because the other team is the way they're going to buy. If a guy like is running up a score and there's a 37-point victory in the fourth quarter, what they're going to do is they're going to start fouling you really hard. Or you're going to get hurt doing something stupid, or the other team is just going to start really fouling you hard.
It just sucks because like someone's in the zone. Let's say Kobe Bryant for an example, and he's in the zone. He's hitting everything. He can't miss. It's his night. And unfortunately, they're playing a team where they're up 20, 25 points, and all of a sudden they sit him. And we got to. I'm going to kick this effing thing.
No. Oh, my God.
Fix our stupid equipment. That's all we ask from this dumb company.
Stupid equipment.
Anyway, now I forgot what I was going to say. But the guy's having a special night.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, now he's sitting out the rest of his special night. He's in the zone. And whatever.
I think it's more an injury thing, though, because again, if Kobe is if they're running the score up and it's like late in the fourth quarter, someone's going to get body checked into the stands and just take the technical. But they're going to make a real statement with that, and then someone's going to wind up getting hurt, and you're going to lose a guy for the season.
Well, as a fan, it kind of ruins it for me a little bit. That's all. You know, you're not seeing those unbelievable individual performances anymore, like a 70, 80-point game, 60-point game, because usually that happens in a blowout and they just sit everybody.
You want to see those huge achievements that somebody can do in a whole game.
Oh, and here's something. Nick in Ohio, he says the losing coach should just throw in the towel. Like Anthony makes a good point. The team and the coach should just continue doing what they're doing. Right. And if the other team is like, wow, my girls look stupid here, I got to throw in the towel, or if the I don't even agree with the ref calling the game, but don't make the coach like all of a sudden start laying back and taking out his star players and
and calling the game, saying, "Oh, look, we'll end the game. We understand we've been beating you."
Well, I told you about my nephew Carson. He's my brother's kid, obviously playing football, 10, 11 years old at this point, and when he was on a really good team. And when the team, I forgot how many points, was up by a certain amount, they had to take out all their offensive starters. Yeah. And now these kids have to sit until the other team makes the game closer. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
How is this going on and no one is yelling and screaming about this? The world is getting extremely competitive. Just trying to get a job out there, right out here in New York, is a competitive thing. You got to teach these kids that you're gonna get your ass kicked, and sometimes you're gonna kick someone else's ass.
I wonder how some of those people that have been raised in that environment are handling losing a job, competing with other people for a job, going in, handing a resume over, doing an interview, and then being told no. We can't have you. I wonder how they're handling that based on how they were brought up with people, always coddling them and other things.
By the way, someone is calling me. Josh, Kobe scored over 80 points just a few years ago. I do know that, but what my point is, you don't see it as much because the game has to be close all the way to the end for these star players to continue scoring like crazy when they're in the zone. I guess that's the point I was trying to make. Let's say hi to this guy. He's a high school basketball coach in D.C. What's up, sir?
How you doing, gentlemen? Yeah, love you, love the show. Live longer. Anyway, I'm calling to let you know that I coach at a Catholic school. And as a Catholic coach, I have played against another Catholic team, that had a bunch of boys playing basketball that had never played before. But because their athletic director decided he wanted them to play teams with talent, these boys who had never played basketball go up against boys who have been to state championship games. And they got crushed. But I had to sit people after the first half because I knew my athletic director would have killed me at a Catholic school if I hadn't sat them down to teach them that you are blah, blah, blah. In a Catholic school. In a public school, they'd be screaming for blood. They'd want you to crush somebody. But in a Catholic school, even my parents would have yelled at me for this.
Yeah, it sucks what's going on. It really does. You got to make everyone feel good.
Oh, yeah, it does. Oh, trust me. That's ruining some of these schools right now because I left the school that I was at.
Right. And
part of the reason was because the kids that are in one of the classes now have been coddled and have been told, you're special. Yeah. No matter how bad you are, you're special.
Everyone's so damn special.
It doesn't, but the point here is it doesn't sync up with the real world. So you're not teaching your kids, you're teaching your kids a horrible lesson.
Yeah.
By having a mercy rule, by all this stuff. You're not helping them out in the long run. You're really not.
Not preparing them for the real world.
I don't mind mercy rules where if they're really young kids and someone's getting slaughtered. It's different in high school, though, where you're supposed to have a bit better mentality. But, a bunch of 8-year-olds are playing, and it's a massacre. It's like, because they grade things on a curve. I mean, it's like,
I'm all for just letting them play and suck it up. Kid.
Let it go. Just let them play.
And then as a parent, you explain, you
got your ass handed to you.
You had a rough day. Dummy. Guess what? You're gonna have a lot of rough days in this world, and it's better you learn this early on.
That's right. I'm for great Santini rules. Throw the basketball at his head.
We don't have to do this break again. It's something we talk about a lot, but just to acknowledge, people are calling and talking about mercy rules, and every kid now gets a trophy, and another mercy rule. Yeah, it's going on out there, and I just completely disagree with it.
I will say this though: sports are basically unimportant nonsense.
True.
Compared to self-esteem. I mean, and again, I believe that you should allow a team to kick the crap out of the other team, but sports really are. They're nothing in the real world. I mean, we sit around, we watch other men do it. 1 out of 5,000 of us can make a living doing it. And it's like jocks are coddled, and then they get free educations because they can throw a ball and run fast. They stink.
Oh, you know what? Someone is actually helping me with my story, Zeno and Philly. No, Opie, you said Carson's team had to stay on defense till the margin was under 20. Yes, thank you.
All right.
I had it a little wrong. That's right. So the team doesn't even get to play offense anymore until the other team comes back. How crazy is that? Because then you, as the team that is kicking ass, is now going to allow the other team to score because you really want to play offense. So what is that teaching the kids? Thank you, Zeno.
Be nice.
Be nice.
Be nice.
All that. Dude, I'd
be nice, people.
Screw being nice. You can have sportsmanship at the end of the game, and all that. You could take care of a lot of that stuff right after the game, a little sportsmanship. But
I'm just such a disgust with jocks in the way. I mean, I don't hate all of them. I was never beaten up by them. I just, I've dealt with enough of them as an adult. It's just a bunch
that
of
mentality. There's a jockish mentality.
Yeah, it's like, we know you're terrific, and the nerds are no good at it. We get it. Big overly coddled faggots.
All right, let's fast forward then.
I said that because none of them are here.
Let's fast forward. Here's a guy, Eric in Canada.
Canada.
I was actually going to say Canada.
Yes, that's a new country. It's in Georgia.
I wasn't even going to say Canada. I was going to say Canada. Eric in Canada. Now it's going to be Canada for the rest of our time here. Go ahead, Eric.
Change the man.
Hey, I was one of those kids who was coddled in sports. And, you get out of college, and it just kills you. The first time you don't get a job.
Right.
You go through the whole process. They call, tell you you're second. It just kills you.
Okay, well,
it doesn't teach anything.
But I will say this. We complain about the ruthlessness of corporate people and of lawyers. How could they be such scumbags who don't care about anybody but themselves? But then when we look at something like sports, we're like, massacre them. And I'm not saying that's why. But I'm only saying it's like maybe, again, if people are like, looking at things a little bit more balanced, like, you know what, you kind of got to think of the next guy too a little bit. Maybe they wouldn't be such bloodsuckers when they get into suits at a certain age. Or maybe if they were trained differently. What's good? Oh, maybe they wouldn't be such.
Wow.
Maybe they wouldn't be such self-centered scumbags when they become lawyers or other professions.
All right, let's say hi to Jared in Boston. Jared.
Hey guys, how you doing?
What's up, Jared? He's a regular. What do you got, Jared?
These pansy kids are not just now entering the workforce. I've been around a bit, and we've got a 19-year-old co-op from a really good school in Boston, and we're in a highly competitive industry where I am, and it seems like he's just waiting for everything to come to him. I know that what I specifically do, he doesn't know a lot about. If it was me in the same position, I'd be hounding me every day to learn something new. And I don't know what he does all day, to be honest. I mean, we throw him stuff, but it seems like he doesn't have that drive, that go get him,
Yeah.
It's just going to get worse, too.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's just him in particular, but I don't know. I see a whole generation of these pansies coming up.
They said that about us, dude. I mean, it's like, I know what you're saying, but and I feel the same way. I'm turning into the old man that I hated. Anybody under 30 should be executed. But it's like, that's what they said about us. It's the same crap. Yeah, you don't know what it's like to work. Shut up.
Well, there was an article that came out saying...
That's dead.
saying that, I forgot what demo, but kids today are just not working. The numbers are way the F down. They're just not working. We all had a little job growing up. They're just like living off their parents. And like a bunch of people calling right now, we're not going to be able to get to all of them, a sense of entitlement.
Yeah.
Maybe you can find that article, but the numbers are ridiculous. How many young kids are just not working whatsoever. We all had our dumb little job we had to go to, whether it was a fast food restaurant or caddying or, a paper route. And they said this type of thing is just not happening with the new generation. They just refuse to work.
What you were saying about
Oh, you know what? Sorry about that. I was trying to do something else. I just hung up on that guy.
Oops.
It happens.
Sorry, feller.
You can call back. I'm sorry.
Poor little feller.
Kurt in Georgia. Kurt.
Hey, guys. Aren't you the guys that we hated listening to as kids that told us how much better it was back in the day? Oh, back in my day, Pistol Pete ran it up for 80. Same stuff going on right now that, 50 years ago, we're just older now and think it was better then.
You know what? We're no different than anyone else. I mean, I read a quote once: every generation wants to be the last generation.
Yeah,
and it is the God's honest truth. It's such a great quote because we all think that way. We all think it was better. The music was better when we were growing up. Maybe not the video games. That's a tough one to try to argue with anybody.
Dude.
But movies were better. Radio shows were better when we were growing. All that crap.
Everyone just wants to be important.
Yeah.
You want to be the important thing, the people that were around when the bestest things happened.
Right. Sports were better. Movies were better. TV was better.
You're a line of bacteria on this planet that just comes and goes, lives and dies, and then burns out somewhere in the middle. Enough.
All these kids think the world owes them. Son's school, everyone gets Valentine's Day cards. We talked about that one.
Yeah, yes and no on that one. I mean, I understand it, but you know what? I didn't get them when I was a kid.
Why should I be the only one that went through crap on Valentine's Day? I don't want to hear it. There should be another kid in there that was all messed up because he didn't get his Valentine's and got his heart broken and crushed. It prepares you for adulthood.
I'm with Anthony on this. I didn't get any cards. I was the one that went home with some lame card from the teacher or something because it was her trying.
Prize.
Yeah, something like that.
She keeps them in her drawer for the poor saps like me.
Right.
If it makes them feel good. It's like little
Jimmy just wants hugs.
But if they're little kids, because again, it's just another way. I understand that, whoever gets them, that's fine. But it's like we all had to deal with the beautiful people getting that and the really good looking. It's like, you
know what?
I know that, but enough with them.
You adapt.
Of course you do.
But what is it?
Adapt.
But what's the point of giving everyone a Valentine's Day card? And it's not special at all.
Give nobody.
Then give nobody at that point.
If you give everybody, you might as well give nobody.
If the teacher gives them to everybody, who cares?
No,
that's not harmful. How's it harmful? If it makes a little kid feel, I'm not talking when you're in high school. I'm talking when you're 9.
Prepare a kid.
Yeah, you're not always gonna get the girl when you grow up.
Well, you're not.
You're gonna have your heart.
Then.
You're gonna have your heart broken.
It's not like when you get a Valentine when you're 8 years old from your teacher. It's not like all of a sudden all the rejections are going to.
Oh, it sucks. It's
lame.
It's
embarrassing. Once you get a Valentine little heart thing from their
teacher. It's embarrassing.
It's so lame.
Unless you're effing your teacher. That'd be a good one.
But it's
no kid. Imagine.
It's harmless.
It's lame.
It's harmless.
I know what Jimmy's saying. It's harmless, but you take all these things and put them all together, and it becomes a complete lack of preparation for someone to enter the adult world. And they have no clue what is in store for them.
And Jimmy, the point is, this guy's saying, like, everyone gets a Valentine Day card, but individual cards are not happening anymore. It's like, no, everyone just gets a card on Valentine's Day.
But it's also prepared.
It was kind of cool to wonder, oh, my God.
I never wondered.
I always wondered in school. And
better looking than I am. I never wondered.
Dude,
it was in the end column.
You don't know how many Valentine's Day cards I had written out
and then threw away at the last second,
and had to just throw them away because she hands hers to some friggin' ass.
But just getting that feeling inside, like, oh my God, does someone, some girl like me in the school? And there was a lot of disappointment growing up. Absolutely.
But there will be.
But it was exciting to. It
was exciting when you kind of did get one.
It wasn't exciting when we lined up for square dancing and you saw the girl switching places, so she didn't have to square dance with me. That was kind of sad.
Yeah,
and then I got
around with Pam Bernfeld, who was the head of the IBTC.
I had to dance with the lame fat chick that no one wanted, but I guess I was the lame dude that no chick wanted.
Jesus.
You know what? You're also forgetting that maybe you say it doesn't prepare children to be like, to lose, but maybe it also. People that are who are raised with the mentality of just crush everybody think a little bit differently too. Like, all right, don't be such a scumbag. It's like we can't complain that people are such scumbags in adulthood. It's like, how do you balance that out?
Yeah.
Competition's good, man.
And sometimes it is, yes, very good.
I think in some circumstances, sure.
I think sometimes it's excellent.
I think you could.
Tough one.
I could.
But it also hurts and sometimes too.
Yeah, but I think that's the job of the parent to make the kid understand. You got to parenting is very, very hard. So I hear. I'm not a parent, but you could explain a lot of this stuff to the kids where they would understand and not feel so empty and lonely because they didn't get a damn card for Valentine's Day.
But there's a lot of crabby parents, and we all have
no
to suffer.
kid in there.
We all have to suffer. We have to suffer because of them. It's not like kids with crabby parents live in their own little society in a walled-in area somewhere.
Society.
We have to look at them, deal with them.
We can't get to everybody. We got some good topics today because the phone's lit. We could grab Scott from Long Island for a second. Scott, go ahead.
Yeah, hey guys, what's going on? I was probably 7 or 8 years old, and I actually had a girl.
Aww.
I really liked this girl or whatever, and I wrote her a Valentine's Day card. I put glitter and crap all over it. I gave it to her. She ripped it up in my face.
Oh, some girls are real cruel, man.
Yeah.
Are you a serial killer now?
Nah.
Remember that one though.
I grew up all right, man. I'm married with a kid now, so.
Yeah.
We forget that most of our society is winners and losers. Most of us are losers.
That's it.
Yeah.
Most of us lose when it comes to stuff like that. Most of us do.
When I changed schools, when I moved back to the Huntington area from my trek around the island following my father's failed jobs.
Yeah.
I finally get back, and I knew some of the people there that I had gone to kindergarten with, and now I'm in the 6th grade with them. And I remember writing on my notebook a big heart with AC plus, and then I just made up a couple of letters and said this was the girl that I was going out with when I had to leave,
Oh my God.
Going out because I wanted them to think I had a girlfriend.
I can't even look at you.
AC, and did they ask who was AH?
Nice.
I had to tell them that that was my girlfriend because I didn't want to come back and then to think I'm just coming back and didn't have a girlfriend.
Really?
So I had that on my notebook, and it was like fresh ink.
AC loves R.
No.
Gets a BJ in the TF.
Horrible.
Wonderful. We have to take a break, so we'll continue with the show. And you want the sushi chef story, right?
Sushi chef. Yeah, what happened? Apparently, a problem with a knife?
Yeah.
And road rage?
Oh, yeah.
I love road rage.
And also, Virginia Tech. Remember the massacre that happened, a little over a year ago?
I certainly did.
There was a story.
No, more than that, dude. 2 years ago, it was right after Imus.
Story?
It's already 2 years old.
2 weeks after Imus got
2007,
yeah.
You're right. Well, there was a story that was buried in the paper on, I think, Friday.
Mm-hmm.
Something horrific happened at that school only a week or two ago. And, boy, the school was able to bury this story. We'll explain in a few minutes. Maybe a few of you read it, but you had a dig for this one. This story was very, very buried in the papers and on the internet. I'll explain that one next too. Opie and Anthony. Opie and Anthony. I gotta tell you, I'm in a mood ever since Friday. I went to what is it called? Sirius XM. We're on satellite radio as well, and they're trying to move us to their big headquarters. And I was there on Friday. And one of the employees stole my effing work phone.
Isn't that great?
What do you mean?
Stole my effing work phone, my BlackBerry,
Where'd you leave it?
in the bathroom for literally a minute to a minute and a half. And a scum blank stole my effing phone. Some effing loser. So I feel naked because all weekend long, living in this day and age without a phone is...
Oh, yeah.
You turn into a mental patient. You start walking around, you just start pacing. You don't know what to do with yourself. These scums over there.
Why'd somebody at the Hip Hop Channel do that?
Well, let me tell you this. So we're looking at the video cameras because they got cameras all over that joint. And there's 3 guys that left the bathroom between the time I left and went back literally 90 seconds later to go get my phone that I realized I left on the sink.
So you leave the phone. You leave. The security camera shows you leaving.
Yes.
Total of 3 guys
are either leaving or going into the bathroom in that time period.
And then you go in.
Yeah.
And the video shows you go in, and then the phone's gone.
Yeah.
So unless he pulled some kind of a through-the-ceiling vent maneuver, one of those three guys is guilty.
Yeah, and I want my effing phone back. So I want it to mysteriously appear today.
Do you know who the three people are?
Yeah, and then the guy that runs our channel is like, oh, I know those guys. None of them would have taken that phone. Well, one of them did. Okay? One of them has my effing phone. So sit them down and go old school on them. Get the freaking light bulb above their head that is rocking back and forth.
Little interrogation. Uh-oh. Oh, boy. Well, that won't work.
I said I'm in a mood. Tell this effing company to give us CD players that work. It's extremely distracting. Sorry.
I like that song.
Huh?
That song called Foot in the CD Player.
How many times do we have to tell these people?
Yeah, what did
They do the bare minimum. All we want is stuff that works. That's not asking for much. I came in here today, the microphone was like this.
Yeah, it was all...
Like it was a swing.
Topsy-turvy.
Right, I know times are tough, but how about you tighten some screws and get us a CD player that works? That's all. That's all we need at this point. At least do that. So it's three guys.
Yeah.
So sit these three guys down and tell them to give me my effing phone back.
Interrogate. Pull a first 48 on them.
Right. I am so livid because they want us to go work over there, right? And
in that den of thieves.
And there was, this was the first time I really spent a lot of time over there. And this is what I get to bring back to you people.
Fine, how do you do?
Yeah, they took my phone within seconds. Have the phone magically appear. Leave it on the floor somewhere where someone goes, wow, I found a phone. This is weird.
Ain't gonna happen.
And give it to the receptionist or the security guy.
I know that ain't going to happen.
Well, I will interrogate the three guys because now I know which three guys it is.
It was also, you did call and check lost and found, like none of them.
Yeah, and the phone was ringing. You know when you lose a phone, you ring it like, hello, do you have my phone? You're going to do the right thing, give it back to me, considering we're all one happy company and we all work together, right? This wasn't at some weird restaurant or some strange place where when you leave a phone behind in those joints, kiss it goodbye. But at the workplace, you would assume they would do the right thing and give it to the receptionist or the security guy.
Unfortunately, Lost and Found is full of jobs.
Right. And I don't want to hear none of these guys would have taken the phone. It's obvious. We looked at the tapes. One of those guys has my effing phone and sit him down and put some heat on him.
How could a security guy look at a tape like that and not say, yeah, it's one of them?
They sort of are hinting, but I guess maybe, because in this PC world and human resources, I guess you can't openly accuse somebody. But one of those guys has my effing phone.
When you got a tape like that, you could talk to people, question them.
I want my effing phone back.
Hold under questioning.
There's nothing on there that, that you would want or concerns you. Give me my freaking phone back.
Is it your new number or old one?
The new one. I'm getting a replacement phone and all that. That's not the point. Some scum that we're supposed to be working with on a daily basis has my phone. So pissed. And then to hear, I know those guys. None of these guys would have taken your phone. Oh, yeah? Maybe you don't know them that well. What are you doing?
Just calling your number.
Oh, no. So, So at first it was ringing. It was ringing at first, which means... the phone was... what?
Did you do something with the number?
No.
Oh,
what does it say? Uh-oh.
Oh, wait, which one did you just call?
The new one.
Well, and what is it saying?
I'll play for you. Hold on. Sorry.
Uh-oh. Here we go. Jimmy styling.
The person you are trying to reach is not accepting calls at this time.
Yeah.
Please try your call again.
Yeah, because the person who has my phone...
He's busy.
He took the battery out, threw my cards away, whatever he did, so he has a nice little BlackBerry.
Put a new card in there.
Because it was ringing at first, so we're like, okay, it's ringing, it's misplaced, maybe someone is going to do the right thing and give it to the receptionist or the security guard. Maybe he has something to do, so it's just on his desk for now. And then all of a sudden, it went right to voicemail, meaning they turned the phone off, or they took the battery out, or they freaking took my cards and went, screw this guy.
Dicks.
I want the heat put on those guys. We're supposed to work together, and that's my first impression of the place.
Yeah.
A fellow employee taking my effing phone.
I would leave anything laying out.
Well, I
didn't.
Things happen,
Things happen.
How many times have we left your phone? You leave your phone behind for a second. Go, oh yeah, I got to go back and get it.
Well,
dude, it wasn't It was literally, because we looked on the tape, you see me walking back in the bathroom to go get my phone. It was less than 2 minutes later.
I don't know. For some reason, I just trust more people. Like here, I've left my phone here a couple of times and gone, oh, I got to go back and get my phone.
Right.
There's just something I
am livid. And we got guys on camera, so you got to sit them down and stop with this. I know these guys, they wouldn't do it. All right, then where is it? It disappeared into thin air?
Without saying who they are, let's just say roughly, were they behind-the-scenes guys or on-air guys?
I don't know. To be honest with you, I don't really know what they do.
One of them was Mel. One of them was Scott Greenstein.
Let's say hi to Tim in Boston. Tim.
How am I supposed to get tweets from Opie if he doesn't have his phone?
I wasn't able to tweet all weekend long because of this.
Hey, Opie, you replied to me on Twitter. I appreciate it a lot. One thing you got going there.
No worries. A lot of interactivity going on with the show lately. I'm Opie Radio on Twitter. Ant's doing the Facebook. Jimmy's doing the voicemails and the MySpace and everything else. So we're
connected.
We're pretty much connected, but...
All right, well, you guys have a good day. I hope you get your phone back.
Yeah, when I get the replacement phone, then I'll be much more aggressive with my Twitter account. So thank you, Tim.
Bye-bye.
Opie Radio on Twitter, whatever. But, and then I have to hear none of these guys would have done this. Well, what do you think happened to the phone then?
How do you know 100% that you had it right there on the sink?
Well, I didn't want to get into details, but I ran to Jim Brewer. And I go, Jim, I got to go to the bathroom because he wanted to show me a studio, whatever. He was getting ready for his show. And so as we're walking into the bathroom, he's like, dude, I tried to call you recently, and it says that your number's no longer available or what have you. I go, what? That's crazy. He actually goes, look, I'll call your phone. This is as we're going in the bathroom. I'm actually now in the bathroom as it rings, and it says Jim Brewer calling on my BlackBerry. I go, I remember it. I look. He could back me up, by the way.
So you're getting called right there as you're in the bathroom.
No, so I go, Brewer, you're an ass. Look, my phone's ringing. My phone still works.
Yeah.
You're an idiot. So then I put the phone down. That's the only reason I had it out of my pocket, because he wanted to ring it. And then he's telling me what he's up to. I'm doing my thing. And then we walk out of the bathroom.
So you know it was in the
Yes!
Right. Okay.
And he could back it up.
Wow.
And then we walk down the...
Brewer took it.
I was a little suspicious. Then we're walking down the hall. I'm like, oh, my God, I forgot my phone. So I turn around. You see all this on the video camera. And it's gone. A fellow employee. Bunch of scums.
Boy, I know not to do anything there. All these cameras.
Oh, they're everywhere.
Jesus.
They're everywhere. So, losers.
How am I going to get that drill into the men's room to fix that little...
Yeah, that little...
those booths with no holes in them.
Right.
Got to make friends somehow. Got to see a guy when the Broadway channel walks in.
You're going to have to spray paint over that camera for a second while you bring your bracing bit in and twist away.
Yeah. Let me say hi to 13-year-old JC. JC, what's up, buddy?
Hi.
Hey, boys.
Hey.
If you look at Steve's profile on Twitter, he just plugs Foundry again and again and again. Like, he's like, Monthly Crew, new reviews, FoundryMusic.com. He just keeps on plugging it.
Yeah, that's why I'm not following Steve, because he's not a human being. He doesn't understand what Twitter's all about. You give a little personal knowledge. This is a plug fest. It's just a plug fest.
Same thing on Facebook. I've just looked, and it's been nothing but Steve and
yeah
the website.
Does he plug the Opie and Anthony show?
No, he plugs FoundryMusic.com, of course, Jimmy.
Steve, why don't you plug the Opie and Anthony show?
No, wow. Why would he? Thanks, 13-year-old JC.
Opie, friend me.
Like, I plug my gigs, but I always plug the Opie and Anthony show.
Yeah. Hey, JC, what's your Twitter name?
Same as Stumpbrain, 13, as in the numbers, YR, old JC.
All right, I'll look for you. I'll start following you for a little while.
All right, wonderful.
Well, then again, if I follow a 13-year-old, the authorities might be alerted. JC.
Yeah,
it's like, hey, let's hook up. We're at a McDonald's.
Candy in my van.
Yeah, it's kind of creepy to follow a 13-year-old on Twitter. That might be a red flag out there, JC. I know it's innocent and you're just a fan of the show, but you do understand.
Hi, Opie. This isn't a social visit.
Yeah, I'm pushing 40 now. I shouldn't be following a 13-year-old.
We have your phone.
Yeah, Opie, we have your phone.
Yeah, whatever. They ain't finding crap on there.
Good point.
It's not even about that. It's like that someone would do that. That in a workplace. I understand everywhere else, of course, you expect that you'll never get your phone back. All right, JC, thank you. Do we have time to squeeze in the sushi story? Yeah. Ant's a big fan of the road rage story. So am I.
I love the road rage.
And I want you to, listen to this, Ann, and tell me if the guy's justified or not.
All righty.
All right.
I thought I was dying.
Yes.
I actually said a couple of prayers in the EMS.
1 minute, Jack Zybak was driving to work. The next, he says, he was fighting off a knife-wielding sushi chef.
What he did to Mr. Zybak was, I guess, what he does to, he treated him like a slab of tuna. I'll put it that way.
23-year-old Zybak was commuting from Brooklyn to a cell phone store he owns in New Jersey when he crossed paths with 37-year-old Yao Zhu, and an incident of road rage went off the deep end.
This is why you just never know who you're messing with, man.
I say Yao Zhu is in the wrong.
No. In this one, no.
I say he's in the wrong.
Why?
I'm just making an assumption.
I already know what happened.
Oh, I know why you're saying that.
Oh, really?
Which is very clever.
I'm
in.
Got to pick one.
Believe me.
50-50 shot.
Pasta chef, you might go maybe. Sushi chef, he's wrong.
Yeah, I'm with you.
On his way to make egg rolls, wrong.
But sometimes you think you're going after an easy target, and then you run into, like, this guy who's really good with a sushi knife.
Yeah.
Zybak says he pulled over after accidentally cutting off Zhu, and he says that's when Zhu started cutting him. Zybak says Zhu first approached his minivan, but when Zybak tried exchanging his license and insurance card, the attack began.
He kept trying to reach for my neck, and he actually got me right here. He did it like 7-8 times.
Zybak received 100 stitches. Police have filed assault charges against both men, but Zybak's lawyer says his client's wounds should convince the court he's the victim.
Wow.
This could have easily have been a homicide, and actually, in my opinion, should be charged as an attempted murder.
Mr. Zhu's lawyer declined to speak on camera, but told CBS 2 News, quote, the truth will come out in time.
He would have been a homicide if he hadn't quickly wrapped rice and seaweed around the wound and driven him to the hospital.
They blocked up the wound with wasabi.
It's horseradish. You're most likely to have come across it as the powerful paste wasabi that's eaten with sushi.
With sushi.
Sushi.
This was a crazy sushi chef. Wow. I accidentally cut him off and then went to trade, like, license and insurance, so he hit him.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
So the guy works in the cell phone store, hit the other guy accidentally, pulls over, sushi chef pulls over next to him, starts hacking him.
Yeah.
That's rough.
It sure is.
That doesn't sound like something that just happens.
Nope.
It was probably some,
There's something not being told.
something going for a couple of miles.
You got to think. Maybe they were trading paint all the way down
Yeah.
the FDR or something.
Done
wherever
that.
the hell they were.
Get close to trading some paint.
Mm-hmm.
See, I don't stop, though. I'm not going to stop. Road rage incidents happen when someone stops, lunatics, or goes, slows down enough to be right next to anybody to give them time to do anything.
Right.
I'm just, I'm right by him. Bye-bye.
I zip away.
Bye-bye. That's it. Zip. Gone.
That's not nice.
Crazy.
All right. I wasted too much time on the cell phone thing. I'm sorry, but
that's fine.
I'm just livid, especially with the. I don't think any of those guys would have taken your phone. Really?
No.
I'd be mad.
Oh, great,
too.
thanks. It's going to be a lovely working environment over there.
How's your new studio, at least?
I'm going to feel like veal. Let's just put it that way.
Ooh, they feed you a lot.
They help you stand tall.
I think this is a good.
They treat you tender.
Bread you? What do they do?
I think this is a good place to play the FU line to see what other people are pissed about, and then we'll get back on track with some really, really good stories. This Virginia Tech story that was buried. Wait till you hear what happened at that school where what was that kid's name?
The Asian kid that shot everybody?
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Where he killed, 30 some odd students?
Good you don't remember his name.
Yeah, because he was looking for that, right?
Michio Kaku?
Oh, no.
Oh, Jimmy.
Oh, he's a genius.
But this,
doesn't remember me.
This story at the same school.
No.
Huh? Oh, you saw him?
I see him all the time. He's a genius. I said, he doesn't remember me.
Oh.
I see him, and he's like, hi, and he walks by like I'm some...
Oh, he's going to be like, Jim Norton, you were on our radio show.
He's nothing. Nothing.
Oh.
He's too busy trying to figure out the universe, Jimmy.
I know. I just want to nod.
Just a nod to Jimmy.
I don't want him to grab me and spin me in a circle as one would a lover on the beach. Just a hello.
Yeah.
All right, we'll get into the Virginia Tech story that it was just buried Next, Opie and Anthony.
Thanks for calling the Opie and Anthony FU line. Here's the latest batch of FUs.
You have 9 new voice messages. First voice message.
I want to give a big fuck you to all the fucking people that I work with. Everybody else got fucking overtime tonight but me. I got fucked.
Next message.
Yeah, I'd like to give a big F-U coming straight out of the San Francisco Bay Area to all my fucking coworkers, you bald-headed bastards. Give me a raise.
Next message.
Hey, this is Victoria from Georgia. I want to send out a big fuck you to the bitch that copied my debit card and drained my bank account. Fuck you.
Next message.
Yeah, this is a big old fuck you to birthdays. Birthdays fucking suck when you're alone, man. I hate birthdays. I wish we didn't have a goddamn birthday. So fuck you to birthdays.
Next message.
Yeah, I'd like to give a big fuck you to my job and all of the stupid consultants that come in and every day and make my life a miserable hell. Fuck you.
Next message.
Yes, I'd like to say fuck you to Ken. He abandoned me for the last time after 13 years, and I'm tired of his shit, and I can't stand his guts anymore. And I just want him to know, fuck you, Ken.
Next message.
Yeah, I'd like to give a congressional fuck you to everybody who decided to come last minute down to D.C. and just fuck my commute up. Go find something else to do, assholes. Fuck you.
Next message.
I want to give a big F-U to my ex-husband, John. Thanks a lot for ditching your kid. He's been screwed up since you left. I hope you're happy with your new bitch.
Next message.
I'd like to give a big F-U out to my fucking mom, who decided not to pick me up today. Now I gotta walk 8 miles in the fucking silt, jackass.
End of new messages.
Call the Opie and Anthony FU line. 866-FU line 1. That's 866-FU line 1.
Thank you and goodbye.
And Opie and Anthony.
Is it going to screw up? You going to kick it?
I'm looking at the peanut butter hat video. Here's the problem. We can't link it on onaradio.com because
4K.
Because the video has our website on it, and they refuse to promote our website. So you, as a listener of this fine radio show, have to search it out on your own. They just make it hard every freaking day for us.
But that's good marketing. To not.
I was all excited to tell people, go to onaradio.com. You'll get to see the peanut butter hat video. And Stumpbrain's like, well, you're promoting your website. There's a little graphic that says your website on the video, so we can't put it on onaradio.com.
Why don't they just put it on onaradio.com?
Will you stop trying to make this radio thing so effing hard?
Just do it. Just put it up. God almighty.
Will you effing help us for once?
It's a fat kid with peanut butter on his head and face.
I don't get why we can't do that.
So you got to go to YouTube and search it out on your own. Good luck finding it.
But I mean, it's like the stations got to look at it smartly. Like, that's the option, YouTube. It's like they're competing with YouTube.
Right.
It's up there.
Yeah. Right.
What are you doing?
Yeah, you don't have a choice at this point. Like, the radio is basically falling apart, so you got to kind of allow some of this stuff. Believe it or not, we don't have kiddie porn on our show website anymore. Oh, we might have a couple little boobies or something. Who gives a crap? It's 2009. Will you stop?
You cannot.
Just stop already.
Even it's hard for MMA and all these people to protect their content. It should just be on the site.
Of course it should.
Of course it should.
Because what's going to happen, if people want to see it, they're going to look up E-Rock, peanut butter, whatever it is that you look up on YouTube, and they're going to go find it there. And you know what? That's website traffic you don't get.
Right.
Yes. God almighty, stop being so territorial.
Look, I'll just take all their web traffic away. Opie Radio on Twitter. A little later, in between shows or something, I'll give the link to everybody that's following me. That's what I'll do. We'll take it upon ourselves to do the right thing. I'm in a mood. I'm really sorry. I want my effing phone back. I thought about it all weekend. I want my effing phone back. I don't want to play all nicey nice, none of these guys would have taken my phone. I want you to look at the videotape even longer to see maybe someone was in the stall and waited it out and came out a little later. I want my effing phone back, Steve. Okay? Thank you.
You know it's not coming back.
And it's not Steve that works for us. It's the Steve that works for Sirius XM. I want my effing phone back.
Yes.
Keep the heat on. And if this dope turns on the phone and tries to use it, you're so stupid. Just put it. I'll just put it that way. You're the dumbest person alive if you thought you were going to get away with this.
There we go. It's on my
Facebook. There you go.
Right now, Facebook, Anthony Cumia.
Good. Screw you and your dumb web traffic. We'll get our own web traffic.
God, I got to tell you, this Facebook is so easy.
Yeah,
you like it.
That goddamn MySpace was a pain in the ass HTML friggin' thing. I had it. Yeah, to post everything in HTML code.
Do you have video on Facebook?
Yes.
It's real easy.
Yeah.
I'm a member of the Facebook community.
I got video. I upload pictures on my phone, from my phone, like within a second of taking the picture. I go blip, blip, it's up there.
Right.
Well, aren't you a big shot?
I'm not kidding you.
Nice language for your mother.
Do you want to promote Facebook, or you're in just too many people?
It's like, you know what I do sometimes? If I shirk my responsibility for Facebook and there's thousands of friend requests, I just ignore everything. It all goes away, and then as they slowly come back on, I do it.
Right.
You know what I have noticed, though? It is a hell of a lot easier to accept new friends on my iPhone than it is on the actual computer using Facebook. Because all I got to do is hit confirm.
Yeah.
And on the computer, when I hit confirm, it has to go through this little time-consuming thing where their initial profile pictures pop up.
Mm-hmm.
And then you could go to the next one. And then you could go to the next one. And it takes a while. On the iPhone, it's just confirm.
Right.
I could do a couple of hundred in no time,
right,
where it would take me like an hour on the computer. So I've been keeping up with it, though. I've been good boy.
Stump Brain, I got an assignment for you.
Yes, sir.
Go back to the bosses and the lawyers and ask them, what is it going to take for the boys to be able to promote their website in the year 2009?
Okay.
In the year.
And the booby thing is a lame argument at this point. It's lame.
Well, that's what they've been hitting.
It's lame.
And it's coming not from the programming department here. It's coming from the
out-of-touch lawyers, I understand.
Yeah.
That certainly helped, rot this business away. And I'm talking about all lawyers in radio, not just ours, just to keep it safe, because I don't want to get in trouble today. Oh, I'm in a mood. I'm sorry. All right, let's move on. What do you want to do here, Ant?
Weren't we going to do
the Virginia Tech thing?
Yeah, what the hell are they up to over there? I know they had their tragedies in the past, but
yeah, you had the kid,
Zoinks.
killing 30-some-odd students. Horrible story back in 2007.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going through either a newspaper or a placemat.
Yeah, one or the other.
One or the other.
New York Times, it was a placemat. Best correction ever.
I know.
Ever.
That really is. It's like it could be the New York Times, or it could be a restaurant placemat with a maze and crayons.
Yeah, I didn't even say it could be. I'm like, I'm reading the New York Times, and I learned this, blah, blah, blah. And then my girl has to point out, no, you dummy, you read it off a restaurant placemat. The same placemat where they give you freaking crayons so you can do some coloring and do the maze.
Well, it's very difficult, the maze, sometimes.
Is it?
The Friday edition maze is very, very hard, I know that.
Did she laugh at you for that?
Openly.
Should have.
Openly. She laughs at me all the time. I'm an idiot.
She laughs at you.
All the time. Just
That's
all
great.
the effing time. Which is nice. So this story was buried. The same college that brought you that unbelievable massacre had this happen, I think about a week ago at this point. It was in newspapers, I'll acknowledge that, but this should have been front page news.
Officers arrested 25-year-old Hyang Zhu last night. He's accused of stabbing a fellow graduate student to death inside a cafe of the Graduate Life Center on campus. Wow. Police discovered the woman's body on the cafe floor around 7:15 last night. Zhu was arrested at the scene. Police triggered an alert to the campus through email and text messages. It's the first murder on campus since 32 students were gunned down there nearly 2 years ago.
I mean, I was here for the April 16th shootings, and I think this has affected me more because of that. I was just like, not again. This already happened here. And I just can't really believe it's happened again.
Zhu is from China, and so was the victim. Police say they knew each other, but they're not saying how.
Well, what the news failed to tell you in that cute little story, she was decapitated with a kitchen knife.
Wow.
While having coffee.
Did she spill it?
That sounds personal.
Yeah.
That doesn't sound like one of those,
They failed to mention that.
I'll just do this.
They failed to mention that he was sawing through her head, her neck, and decapitated the young woman.
Not to speak ill of the dead, but this is a great commercial for Sanka. My doctor says coffee makes me decapitate people.
Makes me a tad nervous. I had to go to the nervous hospital. Chop the woman's head off at the school. I'm working over to Bill Cox's outfit. Outfit. Like it's a big company corporation.
Like it's a conglomerate. Bill Cox's outfit.
Outfit.
You got a cot in a stupid room.
Making lawnmowers and whatnot.
That's very...
I love that.
Bill Cox's outfit.
Cox's outfit.
Oh,
it's a shack with one dummy that doesn't know a tank's out of gas and another dummy that hacks his mom apart.
Stupid fat Bill Cox and his dumb other worthless employee.
Oh.
Ugh, just eating bad food.
Got some magazines and hard candy. Here, I'll lock you in.
Hard candy.
Hard candy.
Who wants hard candy?
Oh,
ever.
Tasty.
Potted meat.
Never get enough potted meat. It's a little loud. Get enough of that movie. Love it.
We have an update on a story we brought you Friday.
Oh.
You missed a great story on Friday, Anthony.
We brought you. Yes, I've been getting. I know what story you're going to talk about. I think anyway. I've been getting little inklings and things about this story, but I don't know anything about it.
Mm-hmm.
People have decided that I would appreciate it.
Sean from North Carolina. Virginia Tech needs one of those blank days without a killing signs.
Oh, like on construction sites?
Yeah.
50 days without an accident?
Yeah. It's the drunken Negro face cookie follow-up.
I don't know what this is.
Well, there's this dope that runs a bakery down in the Village here in New York City. He thought it'd be really funny to have drunken Negro face cookies in honor of Obama becoming our president.
But I don't get drunken. What does that have to do with it?
Dumb name.
Oh, okay.
They look like black people supposedly, but this is.
Yeah.
Dan, you got a picture you can bring up? It's terrible.
Yeah. It's just look at that. Look at the cookie. It's just horrendous. It looks like
that's scary.
It looks like a cookie, maybe a 5-year-old would make. You let the kid bake a little bit with you. That's what they would come up with.
It looks like those pictures of those deformed children that you find sometimes.
It's horrible.
They're like got gummy eyes and
like the cleft lip kids that they show you on the subway.
Yeah. Ugh.
Guy was trying to be outrageous, got caught.
Oops.
Supposedly he makes outrageous bakery items from time to time.
Oh, is he one of those where you can make the the penis shaped cakes and stuff? Oh,
more like stuff. Yeah, go ahead.
He said nobody complained when he made dead goose bread the week before.
What is that?
In honor of the
Flight 1549.
Yeah.
Oh, he just likes running with the news stories, doesn't he?
So the follow-up, he's getting some death threats, and if he was a radio show, he'd be so fired. So fired.
At Lafayette French Pastry, Ted Kefalinos' phone is ringing off the hook.
We African Americans, dude. You're making fun of us.
Huh? Is he Greek?
Yeah. Ted the Greek.
Ted the Greek.
African Americans, dude. You're making fun of us. Your shop will burn to the ground tonight.
Ted is getting death threats now for this cookie that people call racist, hurtful, and ignorant. And the name is what puts this pastry over the top.
I call them drunken Negro heads. What's the problem with that?
Okay. What's the problem with that?
Well, there's a bunch of problems.
Yeah, it could be a couple of problems with
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I call them drunken Negro heads.
He's. But when you listen to him talk, he's aggravating.
Yeah.
He's an aggravating guy. He's not saying, hey, I was just trying to be funny. What's the problem?
I'm funny joke man. I make the funny.
Do we have a picture of him, Danny, the guy? I'd love to see what this creep looks like.
Imagine he looks just like the cookie.
I know. And
that's why he's so angry.
and his uncle's name, it looks like his uncle's name was Drunken Negro Head. It's a really weird, like the island of Lesbos.
It's just a commemorative thing he's doing for his family.
Yeah, his uncle.
That's one of my favorite clips, by the way. I'm proud to be a lesbo.
A lesbian.
Maybe we can find that. Here's the second half of the story. This is the update on the drunken
Negro
head cookies.
Now the community is calling for a boycott. Carol says even with Ted's apologies, she just can't shop here anymore.
Okay, no, I'm not going here. Okay, that's enough. Yeah, I couldn't.
I'm speechless. I don't know what to say.
Ted says he is truly sorry. He says in the spirit of Martin Luther King, he'd like to be forgiven for his mistake.
Seriously, and from the bottom of my heart, it was an innocent design that I created, and it was nothing more than just a piece of art. That's it.
Art.
All right, the guy's a douche, but I won't shop there despite his apology. Can we send somebody down there to buy something at his bakery?
People are really phony, is what it is.
Yeah.
And they say that, it's like, what did he do? Oh, well, then I'll never shop there. It's like, shut up.
You think Reverend Al, is this a big enough story for Reverend Al?
No. The guy put out a dumb friggin' cookie thing that people found offensive. So what?
They're horrendous
Who
looking.
cares? I'm offended on a... Not offended. But, like, I see things that I could be offended about on a daily basis. You just walk by, thicken up, shut your mouth. What?
When you said there's things you're offended by, the first thing I thought of was Seal and Heidi Klum.
Yeah, oh, okay. People are just too oversensitive these days, with especially race.
I think
where it comes in. I don't. You know something. Again, the double standard. If it's the other way around, and there's some kind of anti-white, or even if you delve into the European race, where you got an anti-German or Italian or whatever thing, it would go unnoticed.
I think the problem
unnoticed.
I think the problem we had when we were discussing this on Friday, the guy was just an ass.
Yeah,
the guy's an ass.
It really bothered us that he was just an ass.
He was annoying. He was like trying to be outrageous.
Thinks he's funny and outrageous. He's just being stupid.
And now he's backpedaling because now he knows his business is at risk. But like, why don't you keep making the cookies? You know. Yep. Let's see how brave you really are, buddy.
Yep.
They did have him on tape saying, they're in honor of our new president. He's following in the same path of Abraham Lincoln. He will get his.
Yeah, he did say that.
Was it on tape?
Yeah, that was in the interview.
Oh, yeah, we played that on Friday.
No, but I did
his cookies? Did he mean that?
Yeah, probably.
We didn't. No. That was alleged by a woman. He didn't. We don't have. There's no tape of him saying.
Of him actually saying that?
He said he meant he's following in the footsteps. There's no tape of him saying he'll get his.
That's how it was reported on Friday.
A quote on here says, "Would you like some drunken Negro head cookies with your coffee? They're in honor of our new president. He's following the same
Yeah, that's
path."
the woman who said he said that.
Okay.
He may have. There's no tape of him saying that.
All right. Can we get into this? So there's your update there. We'll follow that story because,
yeah,
we follow all the big stories here on the Opie and Anthony Show.
This is making me want my Jew cake.
They don't make those, do they?
They do.
It's a monster.
What you want to get into this Pelosi thing? What is she doing?
She is stupid. I hate Pelosi.
Not a big fan myself, man.
She's quite the lib, and I don't like her.
Not at all.
Oh, sir, I don't like her.
Well, she said something a bit outrageous the other day.
Did she? She getting in trouble?
Hundreds of millions of dollars to expand family planning services. How is that stimulus?
Well, the family planning services reduced cost. It reduced cost. The states are in terrible fiscal budget crisis now, and part of it, what we do for children's health or education, and some of those elements that are to help the states meet their financial needs. One of the initiatives you mentioned, the contraception, will reduce cost to the state and to the federal government.
So no apologies for that?
No apologies, no.
Is she basically saying contraception will, help the economy?
Help the economy?
Because there's less people around?
Yeah. Do you understand how cold-blooded this is? Because she's talking about family planning, which is abortions, too.
Yeah.
Hey, less cost to the state. You're
That's
right.
it.
You
That's
vacuum
cheaper.
it out. We don't pay for it.
It's cheaper.
She's right.
Well, you
She's
know
right.
something? What are you going to say about that? Contraception? Fine. If the people that should use it, use it. Yeah, responsible families. A lot of these people, they don't have kids because they realize, I can't afford it. I'll put it off. I'll wait. Other people, woohoo, tax deductions and welfare money and whatever else.
I got someone in my family, they wanted to have more kids, but they're like, we can't afford it. So we're just not going to have another kid.
Yeah, so you don't.
And it was a bummer for them because they really wanted to have more kids.
Yeah.
And then you see these families, wow.
Oh.
Especially out there in Centerport, where I'm from. Rocking and rolling the 12, 13 kids.
Really?
Per family. Oh, yeah.
I don't really see that in Centerport. Yeah.
Just because of the Catholic angle over there.
Oh, well, the Catholics don't like using that
Right.
birth control.
So, I went to school with one family.
Yeah,
I thought we had a lot, 7, but who knows how many were related to me. I can't even figure it out anymore.
Yeah.
But, yeah, there were families with 10, 11. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. All right. Quick break. We got a real good story coming up. Father chains daughter to bed for overeating.
For overeating?
Yeah, it's a really good story.
You don't want a fat kid.
No. And
good.
And because we do a radio show, it doesn't do it justice, but take a peek at Sober House, the Steven Adler episode of him on the heroin, or it has to be, is just amazing TV to watch. Him just completely out of his mind, just like shuffling around the house on dope. It's amazing. Absolutely.
So he relapsed?
TV. Yeah, went into Sober House, and and I guess it's the first night or something. He was going up to his room every hour, and by the end of the episode, he's trying to figure out what the doorknob does, and he couldn't figure out where his room was anymore.
He lost his room. It doesn't move.
Yeah.
Rooms are pretty stationary things.
And we try to get, grab some audio. I think it's a much better visual, so we'll cut our losses on that, but you should take a peek on your own. It's amazing.
Do you think that they relapsed a little bit just for some more attention on the show?
That's a good question. This Steven Adler, though, is just...
He's a mess.
He is beyond a mess. I think some of the other people on the show, I would think so. I would think that would be smart in their case to get a little more, fame and attention.
Jimmy.
Jimmy.
Wow.
Nice.
Ooh, no.
The father story.
Oh, no.
Is that a bad one?
It's a Lulu.
What was it? Was it one of those?
No, it was you could hear it rip right through.
Oh, it really did. Sound like Velcro.
Yeah.
I want my effing phone back. I'm not letting up on this one. Because they're like, that sucks. And then what they said, Aunt, they're like, that sucks. Well, you could get a replacement phone from the company, right? I'm like, yeah, that's not the point, though. One of your employees stole my effing phone, and I want you to get to the bottom of it.
Yeah.
Simple as that. Yeah, I could get a replacement phone, and I'll have it hopefully this afternoon. But I want my effing phone back. I don't want to let up yet. Or anytime soon.
I think you're SOL.
Well,
yeah, I think you're right.
Well, we'll see what they do over there. Sit the guys down and have a little conversation with them. I could tell if someone's lying in a second. I'll do it.
Phone book.
I'll do it in a second.
Body shots with a phone book.
I'll ask a few questions. I'll look you right in your eye, and I'll know if you're lying. Let me do it.
Gotta ask the right questions, though.
Oh, I got the right questions.
Did you take the phone?
Well, you walked out of the bathroom. Did you find anything? And if the guy goes, no, but if you'll maybe he's tell the truth. But if he goes, yes, no, I did not. Napkins, a hat. You might have your man.
Got me.
Yeah. Opie and Anthony. You're checking out Opie and Anthony. Little question, Anthony.
Yeah.
Billy Joel.
Yeah.
Crashes into that house, right?
Remember that?
Or into a tree, I think, in this case.
He's done both, I'm pretty sure.
Talking about crashing into a tree.
Yeah.
How many years ago?
Wow, you're going to tell me like 10?
How many years ago? Just, you would guess what? Be real.
I'd say 6.
Really?
Yeah.
Nailed it.
Did I?
Did you read this?
No, I swear.
If someone asked me that, I would have said, 2, maybe 3 years ago.
I would have said
tops. And also on this date, how many, well, that you could just figure out by doing a little political math. 11 years ago today, Bill Clinton and the Monica Lewinsky thing, denying that he had the affair with Monica.
Jeez.
Speaking of Bill Clinton, you know what? We didn't go with the obvious thing here. His wife, Secretary of State,
yes,
has to travel the world.
The whole world now.
Is this guy the happiest man alive?
He's going to miss her.
Is this guy the happiest man alive right now?
Yeah, it was, she was traveling the country, but pretty much between Washington and New York.
Yeah.
When she's was senator, but now she's got it's a trouble spot sparked up. Bill Clinton's just going to make calls to faraway countries and start trouble.
Right.
Say, why don't you shut up? I know nothing about this. Yeah. I hate the way your trade agreement works, and we're gonna, I got this information that Israel's going to start bombing you guys. Yeah. I know it. Why don't you get a first strike on them? And then a whole war starts up, and Hillary, I gotta go, Bill. Oh, sorry to hear it. Party's planned already.
How psyched is he, really?
Oh.
He's got to be the happiest man.
Hillary comes back, his clothes burning in his fire pit.
Yeah. Also, we were talking about Mall Cop earlier. We're kind of in a tough spot.
Yeah.
And we got to stay true to what we were saying. But your pal and my pal, more your pal because you guys go way back, Adam Ferrar.
Adam.
Is in Mall Cop.
I didn't even know that.
And then it's the #1 movie in America for the second week in a row. It's still a movie I have no desire to see whatsoever. No. But good for Adam, man. That's a good spot for him.
Now I got to see it because Adam's in it.
And people are saying he does a pretty good job in there. He's got a few really good lines and stuff. But,
I'll get a bootleg.
But,
bootleg.
Kevin's a nice guy, too. I like him a lot.
He's a nice guy, but
he's always been very friendly.
But, I mean...
Yeah, look at us now. We got to go into kiss-ass mode.
No,
Oh, here we go.
Never.
Please, I don't kiss-ass. It puts me in a movie.
That movie's hysterical, by the way.
Yeah.
Just want to let you know.
Maybe we should see the movie before we trash it.
That's true. We are being hypocritical
We
when we
say that to other people, but...
Just see it.
When have we ever done that? When have we ever not been asses and actually said, let's hold judgment?
True.
There are some movies you can tell just by the trailer, though.
Because it's the Hollywood formula.
You just can kind of
I hate the Hollywood formula.
I don't know.
Hate it. You got that clip? We asked for this clip a little while ago, and we got it. Huh? Which one? The lesbo. Yeah. Just real quick.
I am proud to be a lesbian.
A lesbian. What would you like? Peas, carrots? Too early.
Mm-hmm. I am proud to be a lesbian.
Lesbian.
All right. This could be the story of the day right here. We could have a little fun with this. Listen up.
This Las Vegas man is accused of beating, kicking, and chaining his 15-year-old daughter to her bed. A local TV station reports Robert Blue did it because he was upset his daughter weighs around 165 pounds. Blue report...
Oh, boy. Now I got a problem. I thought the kid was...
Like 2 bills or something?
Yeah, really large.
How big is she? How old is she? How tall?
Maybe she's 4'8".
Yeah,
she's around 165 pounds. Blue reportedly wanted her to lose about 25 pounds. The teen is described as a successful athlete, and her trainer is stunned by the abuse allegations.
They've accused him of chaining her with like a chain and a padlock to her bed to prevent her from eating.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think?
Very sad. Very sad.
Blue reportedly told police he didn't think he committed a crime and that he was acting in his daughter's best interest. He's being held on charges including child endangerment.
Not as fun as I was hoping. I was really some kind of situation there. She's an athlete.
An athlete. Yeah, she's a little overweight. Maybe
a little.
Sumo wrestler.
Was he feeding her, or just letting her starve off the weight for a while? Giving her bathroom facilities? These are the questions
that we need answered.
Taking care of her, a little padded chain, or one that she's going to want to chew her own foot off to get out of. They never give you the details. These stories you really want to know.
Of course. That one fell short of expectations, huh? We were really excited about that one.
We should have heard it first.
That's all right.
We like not.
They know.
We like going cold on some of these, so you just get the wow effect.
Yeah.
Also, we're just lazy. 877-212-0-A. You hear about the model?
Yeah, I did. That was terrible.
Old Stumpy. What happened? I just heard, somebody talking saying, oh, she should be fine.
She got a bacteria infection. She's just beyond hot. And to save her, they cut off her Her hands and feet?
What's that called? Septic?
God.
Her system went septic. This is like that woman in Brooklyn. Happened just before the first of the year. She had both hands and feet amputated.
What's it mean when you go septic?
It's like you get a serious infection in your entire bloodstream.
I hate to say it. I didn't care as much for the woman in Brooklyn because she wasn't as good looking as the model. I mean, am I the only one that thinks this way?
Human nature.
you see the hot model with no hands and feet, you feel a little more sorry for her.
Certainly do.
Yep. No more watches. But the thing is, when you this girl
toe rings.
when you go septic,
that mother, she went septic.
Can you if you go septic, if you stop it beforehand, could they have stopped something or no?
Beforehand? Before foot?
It depends on how far along the infection's gotten, because it's a pretty virulent problem that they had with her.
How do you get a blood infection like that?
And what's with the hacking the hands and feet off going to help?
I'm not sure. I think they also took out a kidney.
And part of her stomach and both kidneys.
Really? Well, we got an update on the model that they left looking like a mess.
20-year-old Mariana Briigi began modeling in her early teens, becoming a Miss World Brazil finalist for 2 years. But Briigi was fighting a generalized infection, an infection that forced the amputation of her hands and feet after the flow of oxygen to her limbs dropped. Drugs were no match against the infection. Briigi died early Saturday.
Gracious!
She was diagnosed with kidney stones last year, but her condition worsened, and she was diagnosed with a urinary tract infection that spread. Part of her stomach was removed as doctors tried controlling internal bleeding. Doctors say Briigi was not breathing on her own, and they are not sure what caused the infection that claimed this young life.
That's terrible, man.
That's horrendous.
Well, she had a lot going on down there, apparently, before this whole thing kicked up. The old urinary tract infection, some kidney stones. Yeesh.
Once you go septic, I don't know, I can't get over that going septic thing. I know it does cut off so your limbs are rotten.
Yeah. I think God needed a model.
Without hands and feet?
Oh, he could put those back together when she gets up there.
Do you?
He's
if
a
they're
miracle
gone?
worker.
What if they're gone? Like she had no hands and feet for a while, so I'm sure they threw them away. And you're just stuck there with no hands and feet in heaven.
That sucks. This sucks. This
Looking all funny.
It's becoming a sad break for a comedy show.
Yeah.
We'll bring the laughter back. That dummy, Paul McCartney, is thinking of getting married again.
I saw a
What
picture
an
of him and his new
idiot.
broad. At least she could wear a bikini and have some pride.
What a dummy. What is he thinking?
He's got too much money. He's just giving it all away.
I guess that's a good way to look at it.
Yeah.
Why does he need to be married?
I don't get it.
There is some kind of a thing where he needs to be married.
He's a needy guy.
He doesn't want to be, will you still feed me? Will you still need me when I'm 64 kind of a thing. He doesn't want to be alone.
I was reading a local paper. It wasn't a placemat. I'm almost positive. And Paul McCartney's such a lonely guy. They said that you have a really good shot of seeing him if you go out east on Long Island. He just kind of like gets on his tiny little sailboat, like just one of those tiny ones.
Yeah.
Where you can only fit a few people on. And he just kind of like sails around like the bays and stuff all by himself.
He likes to sail.
Yeah, but they said
but how about get your yacht?
Yeah, but they say it's really pathetic because he's just lonely, just kind of out there looking for something.
He's supposed to be left alone. Everybody's probably touching him, talking to him. Beatles, Beatles. I get it.
You
I
think?
know.
So that's the only place he could feel.
Dude, first time I heard, shut up.
He's so sick of
Shut
everyone.
your mouth. I want to go sailing. Just shut up.
Shut up.
What is he saying to me? Saying shut up. Oh,
yeah.
Shut up.
Stephen S. from Bayshore. That poor model ended up looking like one of Big A's dates.
Oh. Yeah, hands and feet are pretty important if you're a model.
Especially all four of them, like, immediately. Like, that's how bad it was. It's not like you lose one hand. It's like to lose both hands and then both feet. It's like, Jesus. Then piece of your stomach, then your kidneys. It's like
Went septic. They just start hacking you apart until they have to take something out that's essential.
Yeah, they just hope for the best. Let's go to Bruce in Louisiana. Bruce?
She was hot.
Yeah.
Yeah, that girl sounds like an episode of
House. I know, right?
It's ridiculous. I didn't think that happened in real life, only on TV.
She's gone septic on an all-new House. Oh, that's why I don't watch House. I'll start going, I got it.
If it was House, it would have started with a sour stomach. Oh, I got a sour stomach, and then it turns into this horror
it starts
show.
with something you can absolutely
She
have.
had a urinary tract infection.
Yep.
Yeah, see, urinary tract infection, maybe kidney stones. Then you go in to see House, and it's like, she's gone septic.
Mm-hmm.
And then before you know it, we're going to have to amputate. They go to commercial, come back.
Yeah.
She's just, amputated her.
I don't want to be septic.
No, who would? No one wants to be
hate
septic.
that.
Yeah, that would really. And then we got an update on the father chaining the daughter thing. Joe in Jersey. Joe?
Septic?
Hey, guys.
Hey.
I saw an article the other day about that blue guy who chained his daughter to the bed.
Yeah.
He originally tried chaining up the refrigerator in the pantry, and because she was such a fat ass, she got around it. And that's when he chained her up to the bed because he wanted her back at fighting weight because she's some sort of like judo champion or some crap like that.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Who's his daughter, Marlon Brando?
Abo.
I couldn't think of a fat person.
That's all right.
All right.
Can I answer the question? Everybody, it's so annoying.
Yes.
It's like everybody's just awry with the questions. Yes, February 5th through 8th, I will be here in New York at Caroline's. How many instant feedbacks are we going to get about that? 212-757-4100.
It's just tiring, right, Jimmy?
Yeah, it's this February 5 through 8.
Those freaking shows are going to sell out.
Oh, people say like hotcakes. I just hope somebody comes.
All right. We're going to do a little, we'll do the mopping up thing next.
I have to tinkle.
You do?
Yes.
Get the mop.
You do? All right, stay there. Opie and Anthony. Oh, come on. Who doesn't enjoy this? That's what I was waiting for right there. That's what you need to hear in that song. Opie and Anthony. Hope you had fun listening today. I apologize for the mood I'm in. I'm going to start apologizing for my stupid mood swings.
It's going to be a lot of apologizing.
I knew I set you up nice there, my brother. But when if someone stole your iPhone, I think I was tame compared to what you would go through.
Dude, I was fuming when stupid friggin' landscaper guy threw me in my pool and destroyed my iPhone. Remember that?
I do remember that.
And he even had to pay for a new one, and I got the new, better one. Danny?
Or what about that one night at the Borgata where you thought you lost? Well, you did lose it.
I lost my iPhone.
You lost your mind as well as that phone.
I was going crazy.
Yeah.
It was bad enough I, lost, but then losing my phone.
Yeah.
Oh, it was horrible. Losing your phone now is you're losing a part of you.
I was a mental patient this weekend, but it made me watch movies and go outside. And
what?
I was doing stuff like
That's insanity.
I went old school and I actually was doing stuff and I actually picked up the phone and started calling people, which was weird.
Yeah. I don't want to do that.
Try to go without your phone for 24 hours.
No.
It's almost impossible.
Can't.
It's almost impossible.
I've grown so used to just going, what's the weather? And then just bam.
Yeah.
One button, boom, you got the weather.
Yeah.
What's going on in the market? I need to know stock market thing. Bam. Just stuff like that. Beyond phone and texting.
Yeah.
And phone and texting is a huge part of what your phone is about.
Of course.
But all the little other little things
all the dumb little
that just
things.
pop up. The fact that it's my music is on here, the email, banking, YouTube. If I want to get to any of the videos, my camera. It's your life.
MMS texting.
Right. Oh, that's right. I don't have
your
it.
video.
I got my video camera. I'd rather videotape it with my flip cam, Jimmy.
Those
With
flip
my
cams
flip
taking
cam.
over. So I went back to my Pebble, which you see here.
Wow, you're going retro.
And I remember when I first brought this in to everybody, look at my new phone, and people actually went, ooh, ah. But now I'm back to the Pebble, and I'm like, what can you possibly do with this
Doesn't
thing?
do anything.
Get stuck in your sock.
You can
shake it out of your shoe.
You can text someone and make a phone call. Who cares?
Opie, when you said to me, go a day without your phone, you may as well have said, Jim, go a day without sunshine.
Oh.
Or the laughter of a child or a smile of a stranger.
Impossible.
Jim, go a day without looking at your reflection in the lake.
My wife was like, wow, it's really nice to hang out with you the last couple of days. I'm constantly on that thing. Yeah, it's kind of neat, I guess. She's trying to like.
Ooh, nice phone. I used to have that one.
She's trying to rid me of my my habit, and I don't even realize she's seeing me do it. And all of a sudden, I'll hear from across the room, "Don't do that. Stop doing that. What are you doing? Don't do that. Stop doing that."
There's 3 things this could be.
So first of all, is it just you and her in the room?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's not the other guy thing.
All right. Not a couple.
I don't know.
Just Steve from Bayshore. She means breathing. Steve.
It's going south quickly.
Steve's a pisser.
That is funny. Stop doing that.
I told her, I know what you're up to. You know, I mean, there's an age difference, obviously. I'm like, I get a little older, and you're going to have the run of the place. You're going to just abuse me constantly.
What is she trying? Is it Tiger Woods golf that she's screaming at you about?
Nah, she's cool when it comes to video games and all that. She's actually cool with how I'm on my phone a lot.
What is she screaming at you for?
It's either blasting ones in the room.
I already told her there's no way that's stopping because I can't help myself. I got a sour stomach.
All right, see, that's what I thought first.
I think I might be lactose intolerant. I think I got it figured out. I might have to go to the soy.
When you told the little story about how you had stunk the entire apartment up, and she walked in the house
unexpectedly,
in the room, and I'm like, oh my God, he gassed up the entire place,
and her really nice blanket she got for Christmas.
So I thought
that I think she threw out.
Then it's got to be digging.
Yeah.
All right.
So
that was second place.
She has had it.
Has she had it? She's had it. Oh, Jesus.
She gave me some leeway. I can't keep my effing fingers out of my nose. And I think it's an allergy thing or something because it just is constantly dry.
She's got to get you a shock collar and just hit the button like a dog.
But then I'm thinking I'm like getting away with it, and she's not even looking at me. Stop that. Stop doing that. Don't do
vision.
that.
Sees the corner of your eye, sees the hand go up.
Yeah, I guess.
Wow.
But is there some kind of product where you could keep your nose moist or something so I could keep my fingers out of there?
Tissue.
I'm not even. I'm actually instead of going for the joke, I need some advice.
I'll tell you what I use. Only because I've had dry sinuses since my surgery.
Look, right now I'm going like this, like I'm a coke addict or something.
What happened is it's not even about the inside of the nose. It's more the addiction. It's like smoking in that it wasn't just the nicotine I was hooked on. It was the motion of the hand. It became this comfort thing.
Right.
So it's a lot of times it's just you have to, in any type of an addiction that is so 50 times a day, just don't do it. Just get used to a victory of I didn't do it for a half hour. I didn't do it for an hour. It sounds corny.
Right.
And then all of a sudden you're like, oh my God, I was on the computer for 3 hours and I didn't do that. Just be aware of the hands to the face thing.
It's killing me.
But there's something to it though. It's some, I don't know what psychological need it's just an addiction.
It's sound advice, Jimmy, but you need something a little more extreme. I say funnel. One of those doggy, put a big doggy funnel over your head.
Well, how about you go septic? But I would say just be really aware of it and just be aware that when your hands are going to your face, just say that this is serving some kind of a need. What is it? It will eventually break.
But when I go with the blowing out of the nose, it's quite impressive every single morning.
But you know that
there's stuff going on.
Oh, yeah.
Me too.
Constantly.
Me too. Every morning, you know, it's just like a friggin' mess.
I clear out the whole inner wall.
That's it.
But it's not about it being
You get a nice clearing out of the whole inner wall where you're like, wow, how is that in there?
I take the tissue and I kind of crumple it up and then make the old auger motion.
Yeah.
And, you know, once I'm clean in the morning, unless I have a cold, I'm good for the whole day.
How about this? It's not just about the nose, because I have horrendous sinuses. It is simply an addiction. Like, it's like scratching your eye, or it's like anything like that, where it's a hand-to-face thing. Sometimes it's just a habit that has to be broken, and it's just like, it's a Jones. It's an irrational Jones. Like, I gotta do it. It's like, but why? There's nothing there. Get saline. If you want your nose, get saline to blast up your nose.
I hear what you're saying, Jimmy, but there's always something there. Trust me.
It's mental. I'm telling you.
Always something there.
90% of the time it's probably mental. I live with bad
it probably goes back to my dad having hankies.
Hanky. You never wanted to use the hanky.
Nope.
Your nose is running. Here, wipe it. And then your father would hand you like a hanky. My father had hankies, too. Like, I don't want, that's called a dried mucus rag.
When my dad died, it was a nice gesture. I think it was, I'm trying to remember which brother, but He wanted to hand out my dad's hankies to the boys. I'm like,
oh, no.
Look, I miss my dad horribly, but I don't need one of his hankies that he used.
People who chew their nails. Are their nails
I
always
hear you,
long and
Jimmy.
they need to be chewed?
I used to be a nail chewer. I haven't chewed mine. I can't even tell you the last time.
But I'm saying that there's no
Can't even
rational
tell you.
reason why they do it. It just becomes this nervous habit
Yeah, I
addiction.
can't even tell you.
Same thing with that. How did she tell you? Like, what did she say to you? Like
Who?
Your wife. What did she say about that? She just like, look.
No, she just like she's had it. But her best friend does it too. So her best friend eats all of them. I don't eat all of them.
Oh, Jesus.
You're crazy if you eat all of them. You got to choose which ones you're going to eat.
No, you gotta not at all.
Why?
Yeah.
No.
You've never eaten a booger.
I can honestly
I'm not going to
tell
sit
you.
here and make believe that people aren't eating boogers out there.
I could honestly tell you, with every bit of honesty, that I would swear on any loved member of my family.
If we brought God in here, he'd go, well,
God
there was that one
as-
time you
God
probably
as
didn't
my
realize,
witness.
but you did.
Never, ever did I.
How about you're 6 or 7 years old?
No. I've never eaten any snot product.
Let's play.
I can't
Let's
even fathom it. I am so grossed out by snot.
Tomorrow, let's play.
Yeah.
Would you eat that? It's a very simple game that I just
Well, you could
popped
cross
into my
boogers
head.
off.
No, this is what we're going to do. Everyone blows their nose in the morning. I want the staff to blow their nose. I'm not going to eat your boogers, so don't get all grossed out there. But you show me what you got in your little tissue, and I will tell you if that was mine, if I would eat it or not.
Oh, my God.
Dude,
And we would put pictures up on the
Oh,
web, and
my
you can play
God.
along at home. Because you really have to choose the ones you're going to eat.
I've eaten boogers. I mean, we all have. I mean, Ann hasn't. But it's not, for me, it's not.
Yeah.
It's not, for me, it's not a thing.
Yeah.
But you see, now I'm watching you do it. It's like, I know what it's like. Believe me, I'm Nick Nervous, and I'm Harry Habit. I can't stop. I blink left rapidly. But I'm the same way.
I'm not. I don't want to hear Jimmy's therapy crap over the nose thing today.
You don't have to, but it's the truth.
No, it's not. It's just that my nose constantly has boogers in it, and I'm pulling them out.
Okay.
But I'm trying to blow out my nose. It's losing it. Jimmy's trying to get a deeper meaning, and I'm just trying to stop.
But if you don't look at it for what it is, as a habit, it's like if you blast saline up your nose,
Yeah.
because that will clear it a little bit and make it a little bit moist.
I did a little lotion, and that seems to help.
Yeah.
You know.
But it's the addiction of hand to face. I'm telling you, I don't know what the psychological reason is, but it is an addiction.
Rather do A to mouth.
Oh, me too. Please. Or A to V. They hate that one. There's that much bacteria. Well, that sounds like a you problem.
Shut up, septic.
All right, we got to get the hell out of here.
Heck.
So. The heck out of here, yeah.
Oh.
I will be discussing nose picking further with all my followers on Twitter. Opie Radio on Twitter. Ant's got his Facebook that he kind of accepts new friends from time to time.
Oh, I've been pretty good with it.
What's your name for the peeps out there?
Anthony Cumia. Cumia. Very easy.
All right. I think it's Music
Are you on
Marathon
Twitter
time.
or Booger?
I should start Booger.
Booger.
The competition to Twitter. All right. Music Marathon time. What's the first song there, Danny?
Ooh.
We have Van Halen with Panama.
Oh.
Oh, for Eddie's birthday. God, that freaking Mark Chernoff is a smart man. He's been in the business 30 years. I see why now. Eddie Valen is 54 years old today, so the Music Marathon will start with some VH.
Nice.
And we'll see tomorrow. I want my effing phone back.
Do you want us to...
Don't drop it, Steve. Put the pressure on. Look at the videotapes. Bruce, you're a good guy. Bruce, the security guard over there, man, he's taking it seriously.
Yeah?
I want people questioned. I'm going to raise holy hell over this phone. This is just not right.
Nice.
Especially in the workplace. At a bar, a restaurant, I get it. Trust me. A gym, whatever. Workplace, that should not happen. Especially that we got guys on video leaving the bathroom.
Absolutely.
I don't want this dropped. Music Marathon time. We'll see you guys tomorrow.
Right.
Whatever. Opie and Anthony. Da, da, da.
Greetings.
Yes.
and salutations. Get my volume right. There we go. Ah, la 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 la. Check. Very good.
There was something, and now I can't remember.
I can't remember
what I was gonna say. Shit.
Besides, we're spring, summer, or something.
We got
tired of this shit.
We got a real winter for once.
Tired of this shit.
Sucks when you get the real winter. We haven't had one in a while, though.
I'm not a fan, man.
It's gonna be cold for the next 3 days in New York.
I can't fucking stand cold weather.
I like it.
I really can't.
Makes you appreciate.
45 or 50. Yes, I agree with you.
We had 40 the other day.
But this is fucking
miserable weather.
One of the funniest lines in planes, trains, and automobiles. How cold do you think it is? 1.
1.
That's what.
The gentleman that invented the heated steering wheel can come by for his blow job that I am perfectly willing to give him.
That was me.
Who invented the heated steering wheel? Because Jimmy, come here, little feller. That is probably one of the best things ever in a car.
Really?
Because when it's cold, it sucks. You're driving with your fucking wrists. You can't put your hands on there. Gloves don't help.
You get a little glove action.
Gloves do not fucking help. Gloves will only keep your hands warm if you're in a warm place. Gloves get as cold as the outside is.
Mm-hmm.
Gloves are stupid.
How about heated seats, though?
I get that works too. The heated seats, the heated steering wheel, turn the fucking heat up.
I remember when my heated seats worked.
Ah,
that's a good 2 years
back
ago.
in the old days.
Yeah.
When your heated seats worked.
Remember when I said I need to get a new car immediately?
Yes.
Well, I still haven't gotten the new car.
Haven't done that?
And we had to drive out to FH and back on Saturday, I guess.
You still have that same truck?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Oh, he's a madman.
Now my girl brings a blankie into the car to keep warm.
Dude, I went to Mercedes to look because someone I know hooked me up with a guy there. They were honestly, I'm not stumping for them, but they were fucking amazing.
Yeah.
They show. I don't know if I'm going to get one because I'm scared of rear wheel drive, so I may have to get a little bit of a truck.
Yeah.
Just go. Go look at one.
I'm testing my girl. I want to make sure she truly loves me before we get the new car.
Wow.
I want to see what she'll put up with.
The hell are you waiting for?
Get rid of that hunk of shit.
We're going out to FH, and I go, what are you doing? She goes, I'm getting a blanket. You know, because my side of the car is cold.
She should not have to get a blanket in a vehicle like you're in a covered wagon.
I offered. I go, well, you drive. You'll be nice and toasty because that side of the car is nice and toasty.
She don't want to drive. She
How
just wants to be
romantic
warm.
is that? You drive and you'll be. I'll freeze. How about this? Get a nice fucking new one. Let her smell new car smell.
Look, I know it sounds pathetic, but now we won't drive the car for another 2 weeks, and now it'll be out of sight, out of mind. I'm not driving this
until
car
the
every
next
day.
time you have to.
And then she'll have to get the blankie again.
Get a new one.
I go, how you doing on the way home? Because it was really cold Saturday because the temperature dropped to like single digits.
Oh, my God.
She goes, I'm warm except for my feet that I can't feel.
How about
this? Was
this?
1 in the morning.
She's had enough of the car situation too. Let's do this. Let the girl smell nice new car, leather seats. She tolerates farts all over the apartment. Fucking the new blanket being spoiled by fucking gas and lactose intolerance. Fucking your Tiger Woods golf obsession. Let her smell a nice new car.
And my nose picking that Jimmy thinks should lead to therapy.
Hey, look, dude, I'm not as crazy as you think.
Look,
I am.
I'm working on stuff, but I don't want to be completely fixed. How's that?
But you're not in danger of that.
You're not
It's like someone that works
on the
out.
brink of fixed.
It's like someone that works out for a week. I don't want to be Mr. Universe. It's like, relax. You're not there. Dude, I'm 40. I've been sober.
Yeah.
In a program since I was 18, and I go to thank you.
Just wanted to do
14 years without a drink or drunk. Or fucking, I go to therapy. I have a great therapist. She is fucking good. I had to call the other day for my bathroom. And I am still a disaster, but I'm better than I should be.
That's good.
I'm not healthy. I mean, but I'm not fucking where I was.
That's good. I'm not where I used to be either.
I know.
I just do it in other ways. In other ways. No, good ways, actually. Very good ways. Very, very good. Meditation is the balm. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah?
Meditation rules.
You got time for that shit?
Meditation, fuck yeah, rules.
Sitting, what do? You sit?
Yeah, but you gotta do this.
You do. You sit in the full lotus position?
Yeah, but then you gotta get stuff to sit on.
Out of your ass? What are you picking?
So your hiney's up high, because then you gotta have a straight back, strong back. And then you put your hands on your mid-thighs, and then you close your index finger with your thumb finger, and then you think.
What do you think?
No,
I don't want to think.
You're supposed to just kind of be one with the universe and see the light.
Holy shit.
And then concentrate on your breathing, and man, it makes you feel much better.
I can't do it either.
How can I think? I'd go crazy.
And then I don't want to punch my fellow human being for an hour or two.
My own thoughts in my head with no distractions.
It's good.
To the end of me.
It's good. The other thing I'm doing, which I don't want to confuse the issue, I decided to see how long I could go without drinking. But I never had a drinking problem.
Wow, that's a tough one.
It is kind of tough because you start realizing, I was at FA Trials, it's a perfect opportunity to do what I like to do, which is just a couple glasses of wine. That's it. I don't go much further than that usually.
Oh.
And I'm like, wow, you really got to it just makes you work on your brain. And it's tough, but I'm up to what? What day are we up to? 26 days. But I don't want people to think I had a drinking problem.
Without
it wasn't
anything?
about that. Yeah, not a drop.
What was it about?
I don't know. I just wanted to reassess myself.
Yeah. Nothing wrong with it. I like being a part of the Alki and Anthony show. I think it's perfectly acceptable.
Yeah, but see, bringing that up, that's where the problem's going to be. People are going to be like, wow, I didn't know.
No, because I know you just don't drink anyway.
I used to be a heavy drinker in my 20s and stuff,
years
early
ago.
30s, but
I mean, you barely drink at all anyway.
It's just about. It's all about just kind of. I'm kind of working on myself, and it was just one of those things of what I want to do, and you don't realize that there's so many excuses just to always grab a glass of wine or something. I'm like, well, let's
consciousness.
Your relationship reminds me of Nicholson and Helen Hunt, whereas because he's this OCD kook, and this great chick comes along. And he's like, you make me want to be a better man. That's exactly what that is. You meet a girl, and she makes you want to be better, so you're better for her.
No, it's just
not that I've ever experienced that, but I've heard it's nice. My idea of that is you make me not want to fuck hookers unprotected. That's my idea of love.
Unprotected. Make me want to use a condom with the hookers.
They're saying that good news for me, Oscar in Indiana. The problem I'm having with the Jeep with the heat.
Yeah.
It was a recall problem with the Jeep, and if I bring it in, they'll fix it.
Get a new vehicle.
How old's your Jeep? There's probably a recall in '88.
I bought it. You ready for this? And this is the God's honest truth. This is how pathetic I am. My Jeep I bought just before 9/11.
Wow.
Jesus. Yeah. When we signed the first real deal, I bought that. I wrote a little check.
Was it there on 9/11 too? Because it looks like some of the vehicles you saw.
I wrote a little check, wrote it right on the hood, and said, "Here you go.
Yeah.
Off with you." And that was it. I don't know.
Yeah, it's time to write another check.
I have no problem. I just got to get out to the dealership. It's not. I really want a new car.
Get a Benz, man.
I ain't getting no effing Benz.
Why not?
The Benzo.
Let's say hi to Footer. Footer.
Yo,
hey,
you fucking you have a successful radio show.
Yeah.
I mean, you're fucking, you're an incredible fucking guy. You do your thing. You're fucking married to a 10.
Yeah.
Buy a new fucking car.
I know.
Well,
so
pissed already.
That's sort of.
Buy a new fucking car, dude.
I love how it pisses off everybody. It just doesn't make sense.
What are you doing?
It's frustrating. It's frustrating.
Yeah, thank you, sir. And these assholes. By the way, a lot of people writing from my BlackBerry today. I want to acknowledge that. All the instant feedback, and then they write from Opie's BlackBerry.
Fuck
you.
Scumbags.
That's funny, though. G-Man from Charlotte. Opie, I'm 23 days sober after drinking hard for 5 years. And then he writes, you have the crazy withdrawals, too? And then he goes, maybe that's why you're picking your boogers.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I'll get a new car. But now no one believes me. Because my girl, on the way home from FH on Saturday, is like, we need a new car. I'm like,
yeah.
I know. And I realize that. But if I say that, you're not going to believe me. So let's just drop the conversation. and get home to the warm house.
And then stash the vehicle away until the next time you need it.
And then I forget.
Yeah.
I won't be driving for... The next time I possibly would drive would be the weekend. It's a city thing.
Yeah.
And then someone's like... And then some ass had to put it into my head. They're like, you really should wait another month or so and get through winter so you don't have a nice brand new car with the winter weather and the sand and the salt. And I'm like,
well,
and that got into my head. I'm like, hey, you know what? You're right. I think we could make it to March.
You can always wash it. But what do they think? You can only wash it from the places are closed until April?
Oh, the winter. Well, yeah, when you really should have a new vehicle that runs good in the snow and is dependable and has heat.
You worry about rock salt? Your wife's toes are falling off. He's worried about a little rock salt getting under the...
She's getting hypothermia. Got to make sure,
Oh, they just...
What happened?
They're spinning that Hannity thing.
The
Hannity's interview with Rush and Rush Limbaugh. Apparently, and they just put a graphic on. They say Rush Limbaugh, and they have a quote. It says, "I hope Obama fails." And it was like, well, unless you saw the interview and saw the context that he said that in, it's so misleading.
Limbaugh says we have to bend over, grab our ankles because he's the first black president. I'm doing Hannity tonight, by the way.
Are you?
Yeah.
For real?
26th, yeah.
For real?
Why didn't you tell anybody? That's huge.
Forgot.
What are you going to talk about?
Yeah, I don't know. I also don't know.
Probably going to talk about politics.
Dude, that's huge.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Very happy. And Red Eye tomorrow, I think. It's all about Fox.
Screw Red Eye. Freaking Hannity's prime time.
We gotta get Greg back in.
Screw Greg and his
I
red
love
eye.
Greg.
Now that Hannity wants you don't need Greg anymore.
I'd step over Greg's dead body to shake Sean's hand.
No more Combs. Yeah, what Rush was saying was if you look at Obama's platform and what he wants to do in this country, if he succeeded in doing all of that, it would turn this country into a place that wasn't what Rush sees America as and America built on. It would be a lot of socialist programs, things like that. So he said, in that respect, I don't want my country turned into a country that America is not supposed to be based on. So I hope those programs fail. And then they say, Rush says hopes Obama fails, because that's the soundbite that you want to get. It's so misleading, fucking press. Ugh.
I love the press.
I agree with that, by the way. I have no problem with agreeing with that. I think Limbaugh says a bunch of stupid shit. He's a hardliner that won't ever fucking deviate from the right. But in that instance, they're really making it look silly. Like he just said, yeah, I hope he fails. Because why? He's a Democrat, because he's a liberal. See, there it is again. They just have a quote, I hope Obama fails.
Is that O'Reilly being interviewed on MSNBC?
No, that's what's his name?
Buchanan?
Oh, Pat Buchanan. Okay.
Hey, we have the Rush Limbaugh disc. I threw it aside because I thought that was becoming old news.
Oh, yeah?
It'll be in our bin.
Yeah, it's starting to get some... It's got legs. I mean, the press is starting to pick up on it.
But it's perfect for Limbaugh's show to have Obama in office.
Oh, I know.
His ratings are going to be massive.
But who cares that he said that? He's a talk show host. He's allowed to say that, you fucking faggot Americans.
There you go.
Holy shit, you fucking pussies. He's allowed to say that.
Yeah. Isn't that ridiculous?
What a nation of fucking assholes we are.
And they make it like, and they do bend over backwards because he's, the first black president.
Someone wants to argue about Obama with you, Aunt. Rick in Sarasota. Rick,
hello?
Why do you say half? Just to irritate people out there?
No, because he is. He's half, and he was raised completely by a white family, so.
Rick.
I'm sorry. I'm calling from the South where you would think that I would be a good, flag-waving fucking Republican, but I feel that Obama is going to be a good thing for this nation because we need those social programs that you and your Republicans think are going to bring this country to its fucking knees. For the last 8 years, our president has done nothing to bring money back into our country. He's taken it and shipped it overseas and done nothing but bring us to a world power and not a world leader.
Yeah. So how
What the hell good does that do for us?
All right. Could you tell me what good it does to give checks to people that don't pay taxes?
I don't want to give.
Call it a tax rebate. He calls it a tax rebate when it's a welfare check. It's a check you're giving to people that don't pay taxes anyway.
Well, what did Bush do? You're telling me that the economic stimulus checks were any different?
Yeah, they were. Those went to taxpayers. Those went to people that paid taxes, not people that didn't pay taxes. There's a difference.
The social programs that Obama's talking about, though, are programs that aren't going to give money away. They're going to open up jobs for people who don't have them right now, which will in turn give the lower class a new fund of money to bring the upper class back to the point where it was.
Did you see some of those numbers when they were crunched? That each job turns out to be about $220,000. The cost for each new job is $220,000 to bring in a new job for one person.
But, Anthony, they were some sweet numbers.
Oh, those are sweet numbers.
Could take care of that right here in Brainerd.
That to me is not economically sound when you are spending $220 to get an individual a job that probably pays a hell of a lot less than that. To me, that isn't really
$220,000. You mean?
Yeah, no. 200. Oh yeah, 220,000. Yeah.
What do you mean it's cost money to bring him a job? I'm not sure what you mean.
For his program, this economic program, this jobs program that he wants to put in place, it will average out the amount of money he wants to spend on it. It will cost $220,000 to get one person a job.
But what
That's
those
the
jobs
cost.
are doing is rebuilding the infrastructure of this country,
Well,
which has been
I agree.
left to shit.
Dude, I said right from the start, I go, one of the best programs ever was when we put people to work by building highways and stuff, but you can't spend that much to do it. You have to go down the line and figure out a way to cut that so it doesn't cost as much to give people those jobs.
Socially, they need to be government-run programs in order to get that done.
Dude, government-run program isn't a social. Don't mix that up with socialism. If you're fixing the infrastructure, if you're fixing bridges and roads and whatnot, and putting people to work doing it, that's not socialism. That's giving people government jobs. If you're just giving people money out of the pockets of people that have made money, that's socialism. Exactly.
I see what you're talking about on the fact of giving money away, and I don't think anybody should have money given away. But I think that there needs to be government-funded, government-run, completely, set aside on a tax-based income. The money needs to come from the taxpayers and be spread out that way.
But see, that's what we've done. And if it's to, like I said, to build an infrastructure, highways, right after World War II, a lot of the highway system was built that way. And during the Great Depression, a lot of people were put to work on a lot of these government programs.
And all that.
The Boulder Dam and all those government projects were pretty much just people that got paid good money to help build the country. That isn't socialism. Yeah, goodbye. Socialism is...
what happened there?
I don't know. He hung up.
That's weird.
He hung up. Socialism is giving money to people that aren't earning the money. And to me, that isn't a good thing. And that's what Obama is about. I'm sorry. That's what he's about.
It was great. As soon as we took that phone call, because, people are very passionate in what they believe in, whether you like Obama or hate him.
Yeah.
Someone feedback just writes, "No, we're less." And here we go again.
Fuck him.
But you know what? The guy said about
it's good for the show. I'm just saying it's funny observation.
The guy talking about the government-run programs. You know what? The government runs the Turnpike, and the state runs the fucking Parkway.
Yeah.
It's like they've been fucking charging us and charging us for. It's like, do you really trust them? But then again, privately run ones I don't trust either.
How do they bring in all that money and they're bankrupt?
That amazes me.
Oh my God!
That's what you got to do. You got to dig deep into these programs that are already there and find out where you can just chop the money off of these greedy motherfuckers.
That's scary though, man. You can't do that.
Yeah.
That's too much work.
That's shit.
That's too much work, and way too involved for one president or one administration.
So just keep asking for more money to pay for the fucking waste that's going on in the government.
I agree.
Oh, it's horrible.
Ka-ching, ka-ching. Hey,
Ka-ching.
we got the Rush Limbaugh thing, so it does have legs. And this Britney Spears thing, maybe one of the listeners could explain what the fuck, because they're just doing a lot of time on her song with the hidden message, and I still don't.
Hidden message?
I still don't get it.
Her hidden message is, I'm a cunt.
No, I saw this. At first, I didn't get it, but
now you get it.
Yeah.
When you hear the song,
really?
Well, the name of the song is "If You Seek Amy."
Right.
And if you slow it down and kind of say
F-U-C-K-A-Me.
Right.
If you seek Amy.
If you seek. That's like if you see K. If you see K, tell her I'm looking for her. It's a fucking third grade joke.
Well, say it again.
If you seek Amy.
F-U-C-K me. Fuck me.
Ooh, she spelled out the F word. Who gives a shit?
Well, she's brilliant because that's all they're talking about on the fucking news today.
Is it? F-U-C-K?
Putting more money in her, what is it called? Coffer?
Yeah, lining her pockets.
I hate when I say that. Putting more money in her coffer.
She's getting us all by the purse strings.
Here's Rush Limbaugh and
Limbaugh.
What he had to say.
And that's how grown-ups and professionals object to political developments. They follow civilized rules, they use civilized language, spoken in measured tones when possible. So what's Rush Limbaugh got to do with this? Rush Limbaugh said on his radio program yesterday that he hopes Barack Obama fails. He said that. He said that on Inauguration Day. Not out of context. No, he said it. Quote, I hope he fails.
So I like Obama, but that doesn't bother me. You should be able to say that fucking crap in America.
That had to be someone from CNN.
Yeah, or MSNBC, one of those fucking...
No, it's CNN.
CNN is one of the most liberal news sites I've ever seen in my life.
Fucking baby liberals.
It really is ridiculously liberal.
Why are they not fucking complaining about everything Sharpton says? And he's a guy who's actually in the part, you fucking inconsistent, dumb fucking lefties. You understand? That's why it's so hard to like you.
Yeah.
Rush Limbaugh and Coulter.
He should be able to say whatever the hell he wants about the president.
Rush is a talk show host. He can say whatever he wants. You can call him an asshole, whatever you fucking want. But then there's people that have, calls to have him removed. Oh, this is awful. Death threats.
I'm just mad that they haven't picked up on the fact that you said the exact same thing.
Jesus
way before
Christ.
Rush.
Come on. Help us out over here.
Here's the 100-point thing.
Oh, look at these girls.
They're doing a huge story on it. Maybe we could get some audio of this. I want to see how lame this team is that they couldn't score 1 point. This must be the team that lost, right?
It's got to be the team that lost because they're too cute.
Yeah,
they're
you see them chewing their toenails sitting in the corner?
They're all blonde, blue-eyed.
Prince Harry.
Cares.
Girlfriend called it quits. I heard she put it up on Facebook. She really did.
She probably wanted the guy who didn't have fucking rosy red rosacea cheeks.
Wait, she said
that's a hard breakup.
Who said see it?
She did.
Wow.
She said his military schedule was getting in the way of their love life or their life or whatever.
She must have a pussy made of silk.
She must have
to be brave enough to be doing that.
And you're lined up for some pretty good cake. If you hook up with him. Cake. Yeah.
I thought she was lining up for some
cock.
Some cock.
Some cock.
You want some cock?
If you leave the prince of a country because his military schedule is too much, your pussy should get caught in a wood chipper.
I'm so glad you said schedule.
Schedule. That's how they say it.
That's when you know you're talking to a Brit.
Speak English.
They try to speak like we do until they have to say schedule.
Schedule.
I have to check my schedule.
Let me check the schedule. That's probably actually right, though.
Who gives a crap? Not in America, it's not right.
Fuck that.
We say schedule.
Them and their stupid English.
Yeah, you're right. Fuck them.
Their language sucks. Ours is great.
So Rush says, I hope Obama fails. This anchor is going to really infuriate a lot of people. Who is this guy? I know him.
Faggerty?
It's what the hell is his name? Whatever. Here's the
news.
Here's the next part of it.
The words in and of themselves obviously do seem shallow, maybe oversimplified, a little pouty, wounded, and wounding, too. But I want you to hear them for yourself. You're going to hear his entire rant. Is he a lone wolf, or is he trying to signal the beginning of an obstructionist movement among Republicans?
Obstructionist movement. A guy, you fucking faggots. A guy expressing his opinion. Is he trying to start an obstructionist movement?
Right.
Boy, they fucking babies. They don't like outside opinions or differing opinions.
Nope.
You're everything you hate, liberals. You're everything you fucking hate.
They'll never argue with the points. They'll always just condemn you.
You know, Hannity.
Hannity.
No, I was going to say Hannity might challenge you on your liberalism tonight, there, Jimmy.
My liberalism.
Yeah. Ann says you should go at it with Hannity tonight.
About what?
He's not a big Obama supporter.
I would tell him I like Obama, but
I think you could have some fun with Hannity. Is what I'm saying.
I couldn't argue policy with Hannity because I'm sure he knows a lot more about it than I do. I want
He'd
to
be like, I like Obama. Why? I'll ask him why.
That's what he's going to say.
I want a black president.
All right. That was Jimmy Norton, ladies and gentlemen.
I would rather have had Colin Powell, but your boy left him swinging in the United Nations, so we couldn't have him on the Republican ticket, thanks to him being ruined, because he's pointing at an ice cream truck.
So you're ready.
Saying it's,
you're ready.
It's uranium.
I can't wait to watch tonight. Is it live?
I don't think we're debating.
He's going to try to get into your mind a little bit politically.
Are you on that portion where they have because it's they call it like the panel?
I think so.
And okay, so it'll be you,
a liberal,
maybe two other people,
and me.
Two other people, right?
He might have Geraldo,
and then Hannity.
He likes Geraldo on that.
No, that's cool. He's
Hannity's great though. You'll have a great time.
It's better without the fucking Combs. Oh, I didn't mean to say that.
Poor Combs.
But now you know what I noticed Hannity is doing. He's actually starting to put in some things on his show that resemble what Colbert goofs on about conservative-based shows. Like the word of the day kind of a thing, and Hannity's really doing these things, but almost tongue-in-cheek. Like, all right, Colbert can goof on this, but let me do it, but I'll be serious. I'll show you how ridiculous these motherfuckers do sound, because he's got this lib speak, his lib word. I don't know the exact title of it, but it's this double talk that these libs get up there and start babbling, and then he puts what they really mean. It's very funny.
Yeah, he just does an amazing job.
Yeah.
Colbert Report.
The Colbert
I like
Report.
to say report.
Colbert Report.
The anchor is Rick Sanchez. Okay, so this is what Limbaugh said.
Sanchez, dirty
out of
Sanchez.
his own mouth.
I don't want. Look, what he's talking about is the absorption of as much of the private sector by the U.S. government as possible. From the banking business, the mortgage industry, to the automobile business, to the healthcare. I do not want the government in charge of all of these things. I don't want this to work. So I'm thinking of replying to the guys, okay, I'll send you a response, but I don't need 400 words. I need 4. I hope he fails.
Now, that is in context, you dumb fuck.
Holy shit.
He said, I hope so. No context.
Why he said
no
what
nothing.
he said. Yes.
Unbelievable.
You liberal babies. The fact that guy is expressing a very legitimate
concern.
Point of view politically.
Sure. Yeah.
He says, I don't want the government in charge of all these things. I hope he fails.
Yeah.
In getting the government to be in charge of this absorption.
That doesn't mean no matter what he does, I hope it fails, which is the way they're presenting it.
They are fucking sickening
Yeah.
little children who cannot fucking go head to head with them, and they can't fucking deal with Hannity, so they want them you fucking babies. God, I hate them.
Liberal media has never been able to go head to head with conservative talk shows.
Fuck.
And you can rip apart conservative talk shows because a lot of times, like I said, they just toe the party line, and they're very vulnerable. You could rip them apart, but they just can never fucking get it done.
Because Rush has been sticking his dick in. I'm not even in love with him, but he's been sticking his dick in their mouth for all these years. How about this, you fucking babies? When you hear that, how about instead of like you do harping on the little knee-jerk reactionary thing at the end, how about you address what he said about the government absorption of banking and the auto industry? How about you address the point he made instead of that little bit of window dressing at the end?
The soundbite.
How about that, you fucking knee-jerk reactionary idiots?
Just to throw a little more info.
Assholes is right.
I just want to throw a little more info into this. Coming in by a lot of people, but I'll go with Greg Brady's leftovers from Whackbag. Hey, fucking Limbaugh was saying that Democrats were traitors because they didn't support the president. Fuck Limbaugh. Why aren't his statements considered unpatriotic?
What?
I guess he said once that you got to support the president no matter what.
But he ought to support the president.
When Bush was in office.
He's probably saying supporting the president at a time of war is not the same as not criticizing his policies.
Yeah, I want to see what that was all about when he said it the other way.
Yeah, I'd like to see the
criticize his
context of
policies.
that, because,
yeah.
What a bunch of fucking babies. And they hate when I trash them, liberals. This is exactly why. I just heard he didn't say Obama's the first black president. I hope he fails.
I hope he fails.
Media is lazy because they destroy people on just using a quote instead of.
They are lazy.
Yeah, that's what they do.
Shit.
Look what they did to Imus. If they really explained where all that came from, whatever.
Just
Imus
shit.
thing's old, but you see what they do to people.
They fucking
when they don't give you all
crucify
the
you.
info. They took 1 2-second clip we did with the homeless Charlie thing and try to send us on a train out of town.
Yeah. Bye-bye.
Without explaining that it was a crazy homeless guy.
Yeah.
We had nothing to do with him.
That's what they
All of
said.
a sudden, it was a character that we invented.
It said Opie and Anthony's show.
Not to make it about us, but we understand how this type of thing could be a problem.
Yeah. The Opie and Anthony show talk about rape of First Lady and Secretary of State and the Queen.
Right.
And it was like, yeah, that makes a great little fucking quotable soundbite or quotable piece of print up on your news thing. How about saying what it was? A homeless guy coming into a satellite radio show, able to voice whatever loony opinions he has, because first of all, it's entertaining.
Mm-hmm.
Secondly, no one opens up a forum like that to a crazy homeless guy and let him talk about whatever he wants to talk about. That was this forum. That's what this is supposed to be about.
But our audience also understood that it was this guy was a lunatic and just rambling.
That's what I mean. Yep,
We didn't
exactly.
have to explain that
No. But
to anyone that was listening that day.
they get a hold of it. They don't want to investigate. They don't want to look into shit. All they want to do is fucking get that quotable little soundbite and screw over whoever they can and then move on.
We barely.
Go fuck yourself.
I know we kind of talk about this every once in a while, but we barely, and I mean barely, skated.
I know. That was a biggie.
That was as close as we've ever come to being
That was a biggie.
fired and being
Panero
able to
wanted
keep
to
our
fire
jobs.
everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I hear.
Yeah, he wanted to fire everybody, and Logan saved us. That's how
Elo
it
definitely saved us in that situation.
Boy, that Panero, what a smart guy he was.
did a good job.
Ugh.
All right, we're going to take a quick break.
Old dumpster gums.
So that's good news. Jimmy on Hannity tonight. We should push this, Jimmy. That's good.
Well, yeah,
that's big.
I honestly don't look at. I mean, it's great. I'm happy to do it, but I just don't know. I didn't know what I'm doing on there.
You could become a regular on there.
You'll be talking. You'll be tacking.
I love watching Hannity, actually, more than the other dopes. And I probably agree with the other dopes more than I would have Hannity, but I really enjoy Hannity.
These fucking the way he defends free speech, even that he doesn't agree with.
Yeah.
If you liberals would just stop whinging.
That's what it is.
About what everybody says. You stop being such crybabies. They fucking whinge. Did you hear what he said?
You know what else really fucking got me? I was reading a whole thing on, of course, the Second Amendment. I keep very close tabs on that. It's very, very close to me. Our right to bear arms. And someone pointed out something very, very interesting. The rights that we are given are rights. The forefathers considered those God-given rights, whoever given. We're, as humans, we have those. They're not government-given rights. The government, the rights, the way it's written, the Bill of Rights, the way it's written isn't the government's giving you this right. It's you have the right. The government can't take it from you. But a lot of times these motherfuckers get in there and think the government gave you this right, so we can also take it away. No, it's your right as a living human being to have this. We're just writing it down to let you know that the government can never take this away because it's not theirs to take.
Can I throw something at you?
Yeah.
Let's say that we come up with a gun that has nuclear capabilities.
Yeah.
At that point, would you allow the government?
You would not be able to have that. We can't have machine guns, and people, or even the NRA, or for the most part.
But I mean, as far as following the Second Amendment, where does it get to the point with you where you go, all right, yeah, that obviously is a problem.
It's got to be kept in check. You can't give citizens nuclear weapons.
No,
we know that.
A gun with nuclear weapon capabilities.
To bear arms doesn't necessarily mean to have a nuclear.
But you know what I'm trying
gun.
to get at? Like when is it too far?
When is it too far?
For someone that
they've already taken away.
That fights for the Second Amendment.
They've already taken away.
No, I'm not even saying that.
Automatic
like for you,
weapons.
because I know even like taking automatic weapons away, that pisses you off.
For me, I think any type of semi-automatic rifle, I don't care what it looks like. If it looks like an assault rifle, should be able to have it. There's been a machine gun ban in place for forever, so that doesn't matter. Handguns, as far as pistols go,
right?
What limitations do you see there? Especially if not automatic, but just fucking any handgun.
But you understand the point I'm trying to make is like, when does the government have to? Because it kind of maybe has to like save the country.
They have already. They've stepped in. You're not allowed to have incendiary devices.
No, I know, but
you can't have.
Yeah.
There are laws in place that say you can't own certain things. But I'm talking the other way. We're already in a good place, relatively speaking, to how many people want to completely get rid of guns.
Right.
I'd rather have it a lot easier in certain cities to be able to get a licensed gun. And by licensed, I mean, I'm for background checks. I'm for FBI background checks. I'm not one of these guys that think you should be able to fucking go into a drugstore and buy a fucking gun,
right?
And just walk out with it. That's, you got to check the people. That's fine. But don't tell me I can't. Background checks?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. They want. It's in their best interest to have guns in the hands of law-abiding citizens and not criminals.
Oh. Let's go with video games. Blue Healer from Kentucky. If Anthony has played Fallout 3, he would be wanting a Fat Man, which is a mini nuke gun.
Oh, I could get a Fat Man? Where do I buy a Fat Man?
Should we allow people to have Fat Man?
If you can afford it, fuck yeah. Buy me a Fat Man.
No, I'm just wondering, like, as far as the Constitution goes, it's just an open question. Like, when does it get to a point where the government almost has to go, and maybe not even just with the Second Amendment, like, fuck the Constitution, holy shit, we got to make some drastic changes to save our country.
You could probably look at any of the rights in your Bill of Rights and go that extreme with anything.
Sure. I get that.
Freedom of speech. Take the First Amendment.
Mm-hmm.
Freedom of speech. There's plenty of instances where you don't fucking have freedom of speech.
Of course.
Where's the line? Like you talk about that.
When does it get to a point where the government goes,
has to
fuck
step in.
the First Amendment, we have to do some drastic things here to save America? That's
been done.
Time, place, and manner, I think it's called in the First Amendment for free speech. Can't yell fire in a movie theater.
Right.
You cannot incite people to riot, and there's something else you can't do. But they already have that in place, things where free speech is not covered.
What if they get really nervous about the internet because how everyone is connecting with each other and interacting, and they finally have to go, oh, wow, this could destroy
But the thing is that in the Constitution?
What?
In the First Amendment? What you just said?
Yes, I believe it is.
Time,
place and manner. I believe it. Again, I'm going back to high school. Mr. Anderson was my teacher. I believe it is. That's what free speech. I don't know how it's stated in there. Maybe that's the way people summarize the asterisks for free speech in the First Amendment. I don't know.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sorry, I was just looking that one.
Yeah, I'm sure there's a lawyer that can call and tell. I could be mistaken, but I know that it does not.
Lawyer.
It does not cover certain.
By the way,
things.
As far as the gun thing goes, I used to be kind of a rah-rah. Yeah, let's get the guns off the streets. Until my pal here, Anthony, kind of like educated me about the whole thing.
It's yeah.
So I'm not as rah-rahs about that as I used to be.
No.
No, because and then I did more of my research, and the bad people are going to get the bad guns.
Yes. Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof or abridging the freedom of speech or of the press or the right of the people peaceably to assemble and to petition the government for a redress of grievances. That's the First Amendment. It says nothing about anything of where, when, who,
but
how.
But then again, that's like saying that you could walk in and yell, "I'm killing the president with a bomb." I'm saying
that's what I mean.
That does not, free speech does not cover that.
So why doesn't it? Where does it end? Exactly what the Second Amendment, what Opie was bringing up. I'm just trying to.
But is that the whole amendment, or is that just a summary of the amendment?
That's the amendment.
Because amendments are a little longer than that, I believe.
Each amendment
pretty short. The amendments.
Nope. Each amendment is about 100 pages.
Shut up.
No, but they knew no one wanted to read that much, so they kind of summarized. Yeah, I'm telling you.
Second Amendment is
the Cliff Notes.
One fucking sentence with a couple of commas that have really thrown a monkey wrench into it. The commas.
What is this?
Or maybe time, place, and manner is what the courts have said free speech doesn't cover?
That's it. Now, the courts, on the other hand, have done that, but I'm looking at the original fucking meaning of the First Amendment.
Well, the Constitution is supposed to be interpreted. They say it has to be interpreted. That's what the Supreme Court's job is, to interpret the Constitution.
It can be interpreted or bastardized. It could be fucking turned on its head. Interpretation is such a vague fucking thing, especially when something like the First and Second Amendments are concerned. That well played, here's the second, and this is the one that fucking gets it. A well-regulated militia, comma, being necessary to the security of a free state, comma, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. The militia part throws everyone into a fucking tizzy.
Right.
They're like, that means the National Guard. That means the Army.
Right.
That means what was going on back then, not now. No, a well-regulated militia was the people.
Right.
Was the fucking armed public. That was the armed citizen, your neighbors, the guy that owned the fucking general store, the fucking whatever else it was. That was the militia. And it says, then, comma, being necessary to the security of a free state. That is necessary. In order to have a free state where you won't get into a totalitarian government, it is necessary to have the ability for the people to form a militia. But therein comes the last part, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed upon. That's the most important part, because it makes sense of the first part.
But, the Constitution, it has to be interpreted as times change. Like, I know that when it came to, it was Brown versus Board of Education, it was separate but equal, like black and white schools. They said the mindset of the Constitution authors should be taken into account. What their intention was. Because, again, if you want to be technical, back then all men are created equal or whatever it says. Again, blacks were considered 2/3 of a citizen for voting purpose. Right. So it's like you have to get into the mindset of these people, because if you just read it like, the letter of the law is this, well, then we have to look at where they were when they wrote that. I mean, there's a lot of inconsistency in it, so we should not be penalized because they didn't foresee certain things our country would become.
Well,
they didn't foresee the weaponry we would have.
But that's why they amend the Constitution every so often.
Right.
But by amending it, you don't take away a right. You can give rights. The Constitution can be interpreted and amended to give rights. It is not meant to be interpreted to then take rights away that are your rights.
But how about if the amendments to the Constitution are preventing the perversion of the original use, of the original intention? The original intention.
Find me an example then, because as far as the blacks voting goes, abolishing slavery goes. This is giving people's rights. This is taking the Constitution, using it to then write in another right that you are granted by being a human being in this country. You don't take away things that are already there.
What I mean is this. I mean that maybe they don't look at it like they're taking away a right. Like when they amend
look
something.
At Prohibition. That worked well when they took away. Because that was one instance where they decided, let's use the Constitution to take something from the people.
But what they do now is they have alcohol, but there are rules in place around it that some people agree with and some people disagree with. But there are a set of ground rules. So people may say that guns have gotten so crazy, just use Second Amendment, that machine guns are crazy.
Yeah.
and people may say if you use the Second Amendment to defend ordinary citizens hiding machine guns, you are perverting the original intention of the amendment. So it has to.
They actually did do that, and they took away people's ability. I won't say right, but ability to possess machine guns.
Okay, so maybe a constitutional amendment was necessary there because people were saying Second Amendment says I can have it.
But they keep going and going and going.
Well, that's where it has to be
with
stopped.
rules and regulations, and you get to the point where now, if you live in Detroit, you cannot own a gun. How is that legal as far as the Constitution goes? I don't care how you've interpreted shall not be infringed upon, but when you are told by the city that you live in that you cannot possess a gun when the Constitution tells you can,
I agree.
go fuck yourself.
No, I agree. There's places like that, I agree.
Yeah, that's the shit that drives me nuts. Oh, you got sushi. I got a sandwich.
Okay.
You want to take a break and eat?
Yeah, by the way, I got to pee, and I want to hear from a lawyer. I'm curious as to what they say, but I could be wrong, but
I want to hear from a lawyer exercising his Second Amendment in his face.
The guy from Florida that wanted to argue with you, his phone crapped out. He wants people to know he didn't hang up because he understands how much that pisses us off. And he said that Jimmy killed in Miami. And someone wanted to tell me that the Constitution isn't a living, breathing document.
No, that's the whole thing. The Democrats like calling it the living, breathing document. They like changing it.
Yeah, I was just throwing a scenario out there where you have to almost ignore what the country was founded on because it gets to a point where it's so obvious. Holy shit! If we continue following the Constitution like we have been, this country is done. It's just,
There's a
it just
balance.
opens up a discussion. That's all I'm getting at.
Here's an example. The Miranda rights. You have the right to remain silent. Right. Those have to be read to you. How many times have you seen that well-intentioned right perverted and misused? And when it is, we're like, what the fuck are they falling back on that shit? That's not what that was intended for. To let fucking pedophiles walk free because someone didn't read us our rights.
Uncle Paul.
But you know what I mean? But that's a great example of the perversion of something that was well-intentioned.
There you go. All right, we can continue. There's a history teacher. I'm losing my mind listening to you guys. That's Jeff on Long Island.
Why?
Good. Jeff, we're going to you next. Definitely, if you can hold through, hopefully, a short break here. Opie and Anthony, stay there. Wow. That's what I have to say about that. The history teacher.
Yes, I've always been very good with teachers.
Jeff, Long Island, how are you, sir?
Good morning, gentlemen. How are you?
Good evening.
What's up there, old butterscotch fingers?
Hi.
You're on there!
All right, Teach.
What do you got, Teach?
Guys that drive me crazy before. Really scary that I'm actually agreeing with Anthony on his interpretation of the Second Amendment.
Well, thank you, sir.
Okay.
I usually don't agree with you on stuff. It's just kind of scary.
Well, yeah, it is.
When I'm doing this stuff with the kids in class, basically the problem is you kind of go into it and say, all right, these guys wrote this document 200-something years ago. What makes it, like in class, I got to tell the kids it's a living document because it changes as society changes. So when the courts are interpreting it, they're looking at modern times. They're looking at, obviously, their own perspectives and points of view. But it's basically stating, that one in particular, I don't understand how a state could tell you can't have a gun or a city could tell you can't have a gun when the federal Constitution says that you can. It's completely ridiculous.
Exactly.
Can I jump in for 1 second and go with the Constitution 101? When they wrote this thing, but when they wrote this thing, and I really don't know the answer, did they understand that this document would have to change as America grew or not?
Yes.
That's the premise that most people would say.
But is that open for interpretation, or was it where they said, look, we got this, but it's going to have to change as we develop as a country? Do you know the answer to that, Ant?
Process in, yes.
There's an amendment process. Yeah, that's why they allowed it. They didn't just say, here's your 10 commandments,
right,
and you will live by these.
Right.
But that was my point. My point is they left things to add on.
Right.
It's not there to take the existing rights away. It's there to give more rights as times change. I know the interpretation of the rights that are there already is a big issue. As far as being called a living document, but there are certain rights that are just your right as a human in this country that are not to be infringed upon. I don't know how much more clear that has to be.
I think sometimes what the point is something like if something has gotten to a certain point where it presents, I think, what people see as a real danger, then the right of the people to be safe and secure is greater than the right of the individual. In the sense of a machine, like saying making machine guns legal for everybody. The right.
You just fucking sold.
I have to say, you got to go. The Second Amendment's very, very clear. And again, it's one sentence that has created thousands of court cases.
Yep.
Thousands of volumes and stuff. It's very simple, and it's a modern thing. We look at it and say, okay, then they've got to amend it if that's the case.
Jimmy just sold me illegal search and seizure, wiretaps. No, you just did.
No.
You said, isn't it better that the people be safe than have some of these rights?
I said, no, what I'm saying is this. I'm saying through constitutional amendments, not illegal search and seizures.
I don't mean illegal. I mean changing the fucking laws. A lot of people would argue George Bush put in effect certain things that took away people's rights under the guise that we are making you safer. There is no guarantee of safety in this country. There is a guarantee of your rights.
You're right.
Which are not to be taken away, even at the cost of your safety.
But then you're making the same argument that people who say Guantanamo is wrong, and people who are saying like that side of it, like, hey, they didn't have the right to search him.
Dude,
so
if they're holding innocent people in Guantanamo, then I'm saying, yeah, that's fucking wrong.
But guilty people.
But yes, guilty people. That's the difference with what my thing on Guantanamo is.
We do have the right as a society. But I'm not saying that the right of the people can mean sure the individual has no rights. But if one of the rights listed in the Constitution, here's an example of it. In yelling fire in a movie theater.
Yeah.
That is an individual's right being perverted and endangering the rights or the safety and security of other people. So we as a society have the right to come in and go, you know what? You cannot do that. Your constitutional right does not cover that because it endangers all of us. So to me, that's not selling illegal search and seizure or wiretaps. That is saying that when there's a right that's being used to infringe on other people's rights or to endanger us, we have a right to go, nah, we have to put a little stop on that.
You got to go back to the old Spock line that the rights of the many,
the many and the few thing.
Old Spock.
The old many and the few thing.
Finally understood that when he stuck his face in that radioactive shit, didn't he?
Did. I'm right there with you, Ant. Let's discuss this a little bit. And then he did that thing after that.
Whoa. I hear you.
Appreciate the time, guys. No homework tonight. Good.
All right, there. Yay, no homework.
Yay! Oh, come on, teacher.
You're the cool teacher.
I hope Vic Morrow pulls a knife on you.
Vic Morrow. What is that, Blackboard Jungle?
Blackboard Jungle, yeah. Glenn Ford. Put down the, what was Sidney Poitier's name in that?
Sidney Poitier.
Yeah.
Sure.
A fine actor, Sidney Poitier.
You think he was the cool teacher, has class outside when the weather's warm?
Oh, yeah. He didn't get his homework.
Right?
Got rules.
No homework. He fucking rules. All right, you want to move on? You want to continue with this? What do you want to do? What do you want to do?
We got some calls. Why not?
Well, I think we did this point already, but go ahead, Mark.
Hey there, Mac.
And Houston.
The Second Amendment, originally when the Bill of Rights were written, they didn't apply to the states.
Huh?
It's this doctrine called incorporation. And when the 14th Amendment was passed, then the Bill of Rights began to be applied by the states by the court. The Second Amendment, and I believe the Seventh Amendment, the one dealing with grand juries, have never been applied to the states. The states are not bound to follow those amendments. That's why some states don't have a grand jury.
Oh.
And so that's why Detroit can ban all guns. Now, this case last year in Washington, D.C., most legal people are saying that has begun the incorporation process of the Second Amendment. So that with that case and follow-up cases, the assumption is that those cases will be eventually applied to the states. And then to go to Opie's point about the Constitution, there was disagreement even at the time of the writing over whether Alexander Hamilton and his followers believed to interpret it however. And Jefferson believed that if it wasn't specifically written in the Constitution, you couldn't do it.
Yeah, Jefferson, the slave fucker, that one, that TJ.
Way to go, TJ.
Slave fucker.
Hey, so we had a problem from day one with this damn document.
So,
apparently.
Yeah, it's been from day one. I did want to say something. I was at my daughter's violin recital, and Anthony completely destroyed it for me. It was her first little violin recital.
Sucking.
Playing her little notes, and all I could hear was Anthony's voice in my head. telling me how awful this was and how the only reason I like it is because it's my daughter.
Dude, he ruined Stomp for me. He ruined Stomp because all I'm thinking of going, do you like this? No!
Oh, yeah, that's all I could hear.
You're the ruiner. You're the ruiner of happiness. You stink.
Sorry, sir.
Hey, sir,
Just wants to enjoy the little daughter and her little violin.
Anyway, thanks a lot. Y'all have a good day.
Thank you.
All right.
Can some lawyer
That's
explain
funny.
time, place, and manner, please? I could be wrong. Please. I need help.
Hit me. I'm an attorney. Constitution was an experiment. Really?
Really?
Those who would sacrifice freedom for safety deserve neither.
Did Doug from Texas come up with that, or I think that one was already used?
That sounds great.
Yeah.
That sounds great. But there are certain freedoms that must be sacrificed for safety.
Yeah.
Like, for instance, do you think that your right to bear arms should infringe on other people on a plane's rights to not fly with a cranky guy with a fucking gun? Shut up.
God damn.
Cranky guy.
The fuck up. I'm throwing quotes at me. I'll shit in your mouth.
With every right,
Comes.
there is a responsibility.
Mm-hmm.
And this is where you can get into trouble just using the Constitution as an excuse. You cannot do that. Every right has a responsibility. As a gun owner, you have many responsibilities to not infringe upon people's right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. If you do, then like Jimmy said, with the old fire in the theater analogy, you're obstructing other people's rights by using one of your rights as an excuse, pretty much. That I agree with. I do agree with that. That's fine.
And I think when they wrote, in my thing with the Second Amendment, personally, I think people should be able to own a handgun. I don't have a problem with it, but I don't love guns. I don't have a problem with it if they say automatics are bad, if you have to load them into a thing. Personally, or shotguns, you can keep those. I don't have a problem with that. I don't have a problem with them restricting what kind of guns. Because I think that when it was written, they didn't foresee a guy walking into his job and just going, and they also didn't foresee the criminals having them either. They just didn't foresee where it was going to go.
Well, this is true. They didn't foresee it, but an armed citizenry, I believe, responsible citizens that would go through background checks, and I even think anybody that is new to guns that wants to get into it should absolutely take a safety course. Things like that.
Boo.
But I think safety. All right, screw it. Screw safety.
I want to shoot guns with you this weekend.
I think, just
I'm going to give you some good videos.
Oh, I'm sure of that.
I want to go cold. I want you to break out the big dogs.
Just give it to you and go ahead. Do what you think you should do.
When are we doing this? I want to shoot guns I've never shot a gun in my life. I think I shot BB guns.
You go to the range.
Like anyone else as a kid, whatever.
That's a different
animal. Let's go to the range.
Go to the range.
And let's film videos of me shooting your guns.
Take a couple of videos. I think that'd be kind of fun.
Don't even tell me how to hold it.
Nah,
I don't care,
just go off and blast away.
And you can even give me that gun that's going to hit me in the forehead.
Bang, bang, bang.
You're actually going to trust Anthony? He'll be, no, you have it pointed the wrong way.
Yeah, turn it that way.
Really? It looks like it's facing me. No.
Yeah, that's how it's supposed to
When
look.
are we doing this? I'll do it this week. Maybe later in the week I'll come out.
Yeah.
We'll do a
Go
little
to the range.
little shooting.
Sure.
All right.
I love going down there.
I'm in. Hey, let's move on because there's a couple things going on. Ruining things. Whackbag had a great thread on how we ruin things for people in regular life. And maybe we could start a little phone topic, other things we've ruined, like Aunt ruined that recital for that parent there.
Sorry about that.
But there's other stuff that we have ruined for our listeners just by, having our little radio show. So we'll take a few of those calls. And in the meantime, Steve brought us a bit.
Steve, as in Stephen Carr?
Yes.
Steve who?
Exactly. It's a little weird, but he actually, as the executive producer of the show, he actually brought us a bit.
All right.
It's very strange. He must not be feeling well or something. They want me to shoot the Desert Eagle in. Cold. Don't even give me anything.
Just let her rip. That could be interesting.
Yeah, I'll turn it sideways. Well, what happened if I turned it sideways? Would I just break my wrist?
Yeah, sideways you might have a problem hanging on to that old dog. That's a tough one.
Yeah. I wasn't allowed to shoot guns when I was growing up, so now I want to shoot them as a...
Oh, honey.
Poor guy.
As a man. Steve brought rock stars going off on audience members.
Really?
And I looked at Dame like, "What do you, did he hear this?" And he went,
the shoulders
like he has
up,
no idea.
The palms
Not making
facing
fun
up.
of you, by the way.
No,
I'm just saying.
I made the motion because I don't know what it is, and I didn't hear it, so I can't really comment.
Yeah, what is this, Steve?
It's through the years, various rock stars get things thrown at them.
Mm-hmm.
They get things, they get spit on, and they lose their cool on stage. I found a nice collection of clips from 1989 up until 2006, I think, was the latest.
That's awesome. Really good. I was actually using you for filler so they could screen the calls. All right, let's go with our bit. Adam in Boston. Adam.
Hey, guys, real quick. Those guys chiming in about you guys just being the destroyer of worlds. You really ruined any Al Pacino movie. I tried watching Serpico this weekend. He goes to pick up his shoes from his brother, and he's like, "You did a good job. All I can think about is my lips. I got my lips."
Yeah. Even in the old movies, right, when he was a good actor?
Yeah.
When he was quiet Al Pacino, yeah.
My
shoes.
Yeah, put a ladder to get up to these. I need nice big lifts. Put little motorized things that scoop me along. I need stilts with laces.
You know that when the Oscars and the award shows start coming around, the Razzies come out, the movies that they hate. Pacino up for 2 for that 88 minutes.
And Right to
for,
Kill.
and for
Righteous
the one
Kill.
Righteous Kill. Yeah.
Stunk in Righteous Kill. And so did De Niro. De Niro should be up for one,
Both
too.
those movies were up for it, and I think as like worst movies.
What a bag of shit that movie was.
Just yeah.
It was fucking. What are their names? Hey, Turk.
Oh, Rooster and Turk. Gay lovers from the 30s.
I hate when people characters say each other's names. Okay, Turk. Rooster, or are you Turk? I don't know who I am.
It's like I got a rooster on my head.
Yeah. Should have been shrimp and fatso.
Let's go to the phones. Now they're lit with things we've ruined. Gary in New York. Gary.
What's up, boys?
Hi, Gary.
I was dating a black girl for 2 years before I started listening to your show.
Ruined interracial relationships, did we? I say, look how I say we.
All right, let's say hi to Newsday Laura. Newsday Laura.
Ah.
Hi, buddies.
Good evening. You work for a newspaper. How stupid are you? Newspapers are going away. Oh, okay.
But
Laura.
I wanted to say that Anthony has ruined my dog sitting on the couch or going on the bed.
See?
Why?
Because anytime, we're on Pal Talk, I show him we got a new lab puppy. He goes, "Oh, that's cute, but dog rubs its asshole all over the fucking pillows." Then you put your head on the pillows, and you're fucking right in your dog shit.
And now you're sniffing dog asshole. That's why I don't like watching dogs up on people's couches.
Even better, though, a dog will, clear out its own asshole, and then the owner will do the give me a kiss thing.
Kisses.
The tongue was just up its own ass for the last 10 minutes.
If you watch a dog sit, if a dog sat with its tail underneath it, so its tail was covering its asshole, that'd be one thing.
Sure.
But dogs will sit on the couch with that fucking brown asshole just sitting on your cushion, and then it'll get up, or sometimes you'll chase them away. Hey, shoo, doggy, shoo, I want to lay there. And then you'll lay your head right down where dog asshole was.
Well, that's why you got to do when a dog gets up on the couch. What you do is you grab its tail, and you fucking wet your finger and you stick it in the asshole, and then you smell it. And
why?
Because if it don't smell, you could stay. But if it smells, you got to fucking boot him off the fucking sofa.
Oh my God!
You fucking
what makes people think dogs don't need to wipe their fucking ass?
You wet your finger, you fucking poke it deep into the, and I mean, until the webbing in your finger hurts. That's how far in you got to push it.
That's pretty far.
Yeah, sure is.
Until the webbing hurts.
You ever put a finger in someone's ass so far your webbing hurts?
Oh my God!
And now you have two choices: either fucking put another finger in there and begin some proper stretching, or fucking pull your finger out and go wash it.
Whoosh.
Holy shit.
We go to Indy. Eric, what's up?
Yeah, man, you guys fucking ruined Johnny Cash's hurt for me with the fucking do ya nonsense or whatever.
Did ya?
Oh,
yeah. That's definitely.
It's like fucking impossible to listen to now, man.
You got a little. Is this the actual bit?
No, it's not.
Oh, just a song. Never mind. All right, thank you, sir. Joe in Texas. Joe.
Jimmy ruined Iron Man for me. I cannot listen to that song without picturing some little pudgy kid walking down the sidewalk with a boombox on his shoulder.
Oh, yeah, trying to go past this girl's place so she's hearing the cool part.
Yeah.
Like I was Iron Man, too.
Like it was just a coincidence.
Oh,
you
right.
got there just in time for the cool part of Iron Man.
Should have been called I Am Mush. Then that would have been me. Mush Man.
Aw. Let's go to Dan in Houston. Dan?
Yeah, you guys ruined Top Gun. Ever since I was 6 years old, I loved that movie and made me want to be a pilot, and now I can't watch it without feeling like a complete homosexual.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. We're playing volleyball without a shirt on.
Hey, everyone take their shirts off.
Yeah. Playing with the boys. So gay.
Tom Cruise, he's tall.
Yeah, giant.
He broke 5 feet, I heard. I tap out at 4'2". I got blocks under my heels. Same joke all day.
Shoelifts and a wig.
That's right. Without my shoelifts and a wig, I'm 4'1". When I put them together, I'm 6'8". 6'8". It's a big wig.
Top of the head's puffy, isn't it? Yeah.
Sometimes a ceiling fan will catch my wig and spin me in a circle. Knock me into the buffet.
Let's say hi to Dave in Jersey. Dave.
I gotta wear moon boots.
What's up, Dave?
Yeah, I can't do Pete's anymore because every time I do, I think of Joe Nicolicki.
Oh, he can't.
Oh,
you
pizza grease.
You ruined pizza grease.
Yeah,
for this
sometimes when you pat the grease on the top of a pizza.
Yeah.
What are you going to do?
I got engine oil all over my wig. I handed it to Liam Neeson. He cut it so he looks like a retarded Chinese boy.
Yeah. Let's go to Wes the trucker. Wes.
Hey, what's going on, boys?
Hey.
You guys, these cars are kind of pushing out because you guys ruin more than movies. You basically ruin our fucking lives. I mean, everything I do, I see a fat chick, I'm like, where'd you? Size 14? I mean, every time I see a black person, I'm like, Obama president now.
Nah.
And every time someone cuts me off, I hear Jimmy going, hey, stupid. And everything the show does, it's like, it's just in our heads. It's just 24/7.
Right on, man. Thanks, Wes.
I noticed that. I do the same thing.
Yeah, Whackbag had a
day
good time
long.
with this, so we figured we'd bring it to the show. Let's go to Chris, another trucker. Chris?
Hey, Jimmy just ruined fingering the dog's ass for me.
Now when the webbing hurts, you're going to be thinking of Jimmy.
That's the worst.
Webbing.
Because the worst part is the dog always tries to scoot away. So, like, when you have your finger all the way in the ass, your pointer finger and the one next to your middle finger kind of dangling by the ball bag or vag. So you have to take your left hand and hold its little back leg.
Or just hold its ball bag. The next finger in the ass, and then the rest you just hold his ball bag and pull backwards. Let's say hi to Sean in North Carolina. Sean.
Jimmy, you fucker. I got hooked on the damn wire. Got season 1 through 5. I was on disc 2, season 1, and you have Omar in studio with Jimmy. Oh, man, when you got killed. No!
Do you like the show, though?
Oh, he doesn't want to
And
talk
you
to
still watching The Wire?
No, you know something? My DVDs are still there, but I kind of just stopped popping them in on season 2.
I know why. You don't like it?
I started watching other shit.
Yeah, but season 2 you got to get past because
Go
then it
back
gets
to it.
really good after that.
I know.
Go back. You'll fall in love with season 2. Trust me. There's some good
It's
shit that
okay.
happens.
Season 2 is okay, but compared to all the other seasons,
I have taken a break.
That was pretty brave on their part to do that whole turnaround with season 2.
Yeah,
very brave because they could have lost a lot of people through that.
Go
Jay
back
in
to
Rhode
it.
Island. Jay.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening.
My favorite band since I was about 6 years old was Van Halen.
How old a boy are you now, Jay?
What's up? You guys suck.
You ruined Van Halen for that guy. Yeah, Roz, Connecticut. Roz.
Anything that has to do with retards. My wife's watching the Hallmark Channel. I like turtles.
Nice. Wow, look at this. Gooch in Cleveland. Gooch.
What's up, fellas?
LeBron.
Yeah, he's the man.
Yo, he sure
You
is.
guys remember that story about the cops in Alabama that gave that guy a lie detector test by putting a lampshade on his head?
Yes. Yeah.
I relayed that to my friends and how hysterical it was, and about a week later they had like a little intervention with me. to let me know what an asshole I was for laughing at that.
What?
I promptly told them to go fuck themselves.
So you lost friends because of this show.
I lost friends because they were pricks anyway. They were all unfunny assholes.
I don't believe that story.
You ever get into a situation where someone wants to talk about like something we did on the show, and I know in my own life I'm like, no, not the time. These people are not going to understand whatsoever.
My mother did with cherry darts. She wanted to play.
Anybody that doesn't think that lampshade on the head is funny is not a funny person.
Dude, how do you think I got through high school? Lampshade on the head at the party guy. I pretend I was a lamp.
Go for Stu. Says Jimmy ruined me going into any emporium. Yeah, I see the word emporium now, and I just think of Ted.
Rob on Long Island. Rob.
Ted O'Lark Lemon.
Robbie. Yeah. Rob, let's go.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know you texted me.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jimmy ruined dick sucker for me. I can't go into a porch now and without seeing his pudgy little face.
Ben's raw ass. What's up?
Yeah, what's up?
Hey.
You guys ruined the Sixth Sense for me, man. He was dead all along.
Oh, that goes way back.
You didn't know that?
We fucked up that movie. We fucked up that movie for people 2 years after it came out.
2 years after.
And they were pissed.
Yeah.
I'm like, you haven't... What were you waiting for?
Like, yeah, he was dead the whole movie. What? Motherfuckers.
That's a linger longer right there. I forgot about that. Yeah. Lady Trucker, what's going on?
Oh, well, you guys ruined a couple of my breakfasts.
Breakfasts?
Why?
Oh, you know, I get Bobby to puke and 2 girls, 1 cup.
Well, it's a different kind of ruin things, but...
Yeah, all right.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't get this one. Carol in Texas.
Hey, you guys ruined my life.
Why?
Ever since that audio porn stuff, now when I call my friends, I go, Carol, you fucking whore.
Yeah, that's a good one.
You dumb bitch.
You dumb bitch.
Love that shit.
Dumb cunt.
Do we suck it, you dumb cunt?
We gotta get more of that.
Yeah, we got a few of those, I think.
We're almost ready to do another one of those.
Yeah, I think I had gotten to all like the good ones, but there were still a few that I left untouched.
All right, maybe we'll bring new stuff there. Footer, what's up?
What's up, boys? Hey, the word cunt is definitely ruined for me from this show. I like now it's just so easy to say cunt. Like my mother-in-law had something to say right away. I'm like, oh, easy, you cunt. I just wanted to shoot it out. Absolutely.
Well, sir, that's no way to talk.
I'm coming, you dumb bitch.
Where's the Carol one?
I'm gonna come down your throat. You fucking well better swallow it all. You let one drop spill and I whip your ass so hard you won't sit down for a week.
My favorite, though.
Now lick my sweaty balls. I'm gonna fuck you in the mouth.
And I got it, though. This was the one.
Oh, yeah.
Carol, you fucking whore.
What an actress.
I love that. I'm going to so hard you won't sit down for a week.
Marla.
Hey, hi guys.
Hey.
My son Will got me started to listening to you guys. I have a dog. It's a 146-pound black Newfoundland.
Wow.
And he's neutered, so I can't do anything with his balls because he doesn't have any. But I can't imagine licking my finger and sticking it up his ass. You guys just ruined me and the relationship I've had with my dog.
150-pound Newfie. Now, how much hair does that fucking thing shed?
A lot. And he's going to keep growing for another year and a half.
How much shit just hangs from the fucking hair around its asshole?
Okay, I love you guys.
We went too
fucking,
far for her.
she got shit wind chimes hanging from its fucking ass.
The fucking thing probably sheds like a cancer patient in a paint shaker.
Let's go to Kristen in Georgia. Kristen.
Hey, boys. Y'all have ruined sex for me because now whenever I'm having sex with my husband, I just want to start screaming, "Oh, Bill!" And his name's Adam, so that's kind of a problem.
So do the words that reverse, whatever they're called, say, Madam, in Eden, I'm Adam. And then tell him that if you reverse that, it's spelled exactly the same way. He'll come instantly.
Let's go to Greg in Chicago. Greg?
Guys, you've ruined my outlook on life. Now, I go back to when you guys were on the air in Chicago before they got stupid and canceled the show.
Yes. Right.
I've been listening to you guys nonstop since I got my new car last year. I can't look at anyone without thinking of something from the show, whether it's, hey, stupid when I'm driving, or, I wonder what your balloon knot's like.
Mm-hmm.
I can't, literally cannot stop. Now, on the other hand, you've made me laugh like I haven't laughed in years.
Oh,
thank you.
Oh, thanks.
Thanks for listening to the show. We appreciate it. Here's a good one. Paul in Jersey. Paul.
Oh, wait, that guy had nothing.
Yeah, you guys ruined me going to
Good guy,
church
man.
from a long time ago.
What do you mean?
The whole
We got
sex
it.
spam. I keep on looking for places to have sex in the church.
Oh, that.
Oof.
Oh, boy.
Oh.
Here. Let's go to Greg in Florida. Greg.
Hey,
Hey,
Come on, Greg.
what's going on?
tell Carol and Mike you're going to smoke, regardless whether they like it. Tell her to jerk that fruit off with Wesson oil.
Hey, just want to say, yeah, you guys ruined a relationship of mine.
Why? How?
Well, I went about 2 years ago, went through about 6 months where everything my girl would say, it was always responded with an "Aria, did you?" And she just got tired of it and left.
Did she?
She did.
Let's go to Chris in Nolens. Nolens checking in. What's up, Chris?
Hey, guys. You guys ruined the memory of my dead father, whose name was Ramon.
Oh, no. Oh, God. Ramon! Rot!
Oh, my God.
Ramon! Grow fingernails and hair for longer than you need them.
Ramon, has your jaw dropped?
Ramon! Be dug up and fucked by the coroner one more time.
Jesus.
Ramon! Hug your mother and appreciate her.
Ramon, you know how silly a skeleton looks in a suit.
Ramon! Kneel by the tombstone and talk to it.
Oh, God. Let's go to Alex in Binghamton. Alex?
Yeah,
Alex!
You guys ruined eggnog for me for life. Baby bird.
Two words,
true,
baby
too, yep.
bird.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Let's go to Grove in Maine. Grove?
Grove.
Yeah. Grove.
Well,
Yeah, you've ruined breakfast for me and my Jimmy Jean sausages.
Sausage.
I missed that.
Sausage.
I missed that.
sausage.
Have we
I say
played that in a
that.
while?
Sausage.
How long is the prank? It's not even a prank call.
I can't even hear Jimmy Dean sausage without thinking of that anymore.
We haven't played it in so long. We like one time.
Sausages.
Ben in Arizona. Ben.
Yeah, you guys have ruined lists for me. Every time, someone says, what are the things we got? Me and my dad and my brother, no rules for anything.
Yeah.
Mo.
Thank you, sir. We're going to play the Jimmy Dean
sausages.
We haven't played this in a while. We might stop it, but let's go. This guy was complaining about the size of his sausage.
That little 12-ounce goddamn roll of sausage is supposed to feed your brother and me and you 600 pounds of men, at least. You get my point? And the two girls, and they put it in that pussy roll of sausage. Son of a bitch. Somebody needs their ass kicked. Some little consumer geekaroid. Save money. Yeah, save money. Save money. I'm going to eat, goddammit. Randy Taylor. I don't know where you people come from. I don't know if you test your products, your quantity of your products. Your products are very delicious. Love your sausage for 30-something years, but I can't take and feed a family of 5 on a little 12-ounce roll of sausage. I don't mind paying you more money for your 16-ounce roll of sausage, but you don't have it anymore. You've got a 12-ounce roll, and you got 3 men that weigh over 200 pounds apiece, a woman that's a little plump Scotch girl, and a daughter who's 13, and you're going to try to take a 12-ounce roll of sausage and a couple of dozen eggs and feed that. It ain't going to work, and I'm not going to purchase your product anymore or ever again. And as far as your 16-ounce of maple and sage, I don't eat that. I'm not from the north. I'm a Texas man. Jimmy Dean sausage is for southern people to eat with the breakfast, with the fried eggs and the T-bone steaks. And I can't see going to a little 12-ounce package to feed 4, 5, 6 people. And I'm not going to buy 2 of those 12-ounce packages just because you want to downsize and charge the same goddamn price. I'd sure like a reply, and I'd sure like you to go back to your 16-ounce package on your regular sausage, because I'm not going to buy it otherwise ever again. I'll just have my own damn sausage made like I used to 30-something years ago. It's not as tasty as yours is, but it'll work. Goodbye.
What an ass.
What a fool. Not as tasty. He'd probably eat fucking like deer intestines and just tell everybody that it was sausage.
Gave him a compliment
Sausage.
on his sausage.
Not taste.
Sausage.
I don't know. You think this guy likes sausage? It's kind of weird.
He's
Jimmy Dean?
He's obsessed with it.
Sausage.
Your 12-ounce package.
She's a plump Scotch woman.
Yeah, we all over 200 pounds, and instead of doing an ounce of exercise, we want you to sell you bigger packages of sausage. I got a daughter who's a fat fuck, too.
You know she's a pig.
Oh, of course she is. Fucking bunch of oinkers.
She's 13.
Standing around a trough.
Doesn't he eat T-bone steaks, too?
Yeah, in the morning.
Sausage.
He's a Texas man. Like fried eggs and T-bone
Gotta be
steak.
said.
Not from the north.
Got to be said, Coke Logic's animation to that. Wow.
Oh, yeah, this is a good one. I forgot about
One
that.
of the best ones ever.
Sausages.
I wonder what happened with that guy.
Yeah, I got an update on sausage. He probably died of a massive coronary.
Hope his mouth was fucked during a home invasion. Filled with black sausage.
By a black sausage?
Yeah, Haitian sausage.
Ted the trucker. Oh, great. Hi, Ted the trucker. What are you hauling?
Good evening.
Sausage.
Hauling classified military stuff. Anthony, a couple of weeks ago, you completely ruined my niece's recital for me.
Uh-oh.
Why? How?
Yeah.
During the entire recital, the only thing I could think of was Anthony doing his little toodaloo through the entire thing.
Toodaloo.
When my niece got up there...
Oh, no. It's a bad day for the internet. Oh, boy. Web breastfeeding is being banned on the internet.
From what?
No. Web breastfeeding ban. Oh, no. Hold on. We got breaking news, sir.
Aren't so much about censorship as about a new commercialism.
The content of Facebook isn't made by a Hollywood studio or by a production crew. It's made by the users of Facebook itself. In essence, the company makes money by selling the people to each other. And if the people don't behave to each other the way that everyone would like to, the company can lose money.
Facebook's management refused CNN's request for an interview, but did offer a statement saying in part, "We agree that breastfeeding is natural and beautiful, and we take no action on the vast majority of breastfeeding photos because they followed the site's terms of use. Photos containing a fully exposed breast do violate those terms." Facebook also says almost all photos banned were flagged by complaining users. Roman just wants to promote breastfeeding, but she's also testing the boundaries of internet authority in a growingly web-connected world. Cara Finstrom for CNN, Los Angeles.
So Facebook is banning...
Children trained to kill. The man accused of organizing it faces charges today in a first-of-its-kind trial.
Well, what are you going to do with the children?
Jeez, look where they're from. Stop it.
At least they'll do something useful. They're banning that on Facebook.
Yeah. Wow. I guess that woman had pictures of herself breastfeeding, and they said no. People, who's flagging it for like who are the people that flag fucking shit like that?
I agree that it shouldn't be banned, but I've also had enough of women breastfeeding thinking that just because you're shoving your tit in a kid's mouth that you fucking bypass all fucking standards of decency. Go fuck yourself. Go in a toilet and feed, little shit. If I don't get to watch your husband dump his load in you, I don't want to see you feed the little cock. Enough already with you fucking thinking you can run through society with impunity with your fat udders juggling all over and some kids suckling them. I've had enough of fucking women breastfeeding. We get it. It's natural and it's beautiful. Point taken. Let it go.
Could you use the word full instead of fat?
Yeah, we've had enough of your full bosoms.
Yeah.
Your swollen...
udders.
Yeah.
Swollen's good. Full is good.
Your fucking swollen tits.
Fat takes me out of it a little bit.
Stop showing it off.
Go with full.
Do you really need your fucking tit in the kid's mouth on Facebook?
Go with achy.
Yeah, right.
Achy's a good word.
How about you holding the kid in the park somewhere, waving at a potential molester? How about that?
Just keep it sexy. Achy, full...
How about
wanting breasts?
How about you squatting over a mirror, examining your vagina? That's a great Facebook photo. Nobody wants to see your fucking tit in some kid's mouth. Get over yourselves.
Get over yourself.
Enough already. This is motherhood. It's beautiful. I was breastfed. You know who knows about it?
Yeah.
Me and Mom. Sorry, she didn't photograph it and send it all over the fucking planet in some disgusting example of fucking cyber fucking exhibition. We get it. You're natural. Aren't you wonderful? Chimp lady.
God damn, man. Yeah, like in the old days, people didn't just take a snapshot and then just Xerox it and just start mailing it out to people that they don't know.
Because back then you knew when someone was taking a picture of you. Nowadays, click.
I'm even talking about,
you had to set up all day to take a photo back then.
Somebody just taking a picture of like she's breastfeeding.
Yeah.
And so she takes a picture of herself breastfeeding.
Yeah.
And this is the equivalent of then running off a bunch of copies and randomly just mailing them out to people all over the world. Why would you do that just because it's easier to do on something like Facebook? It is odd that people feel compelled to do that.
I've just had enough. There's almost there's almost like an arrogance with it, like I'm gonna do this because I can. And it's like, yeah, there are times where legitimately you got to feed your kid in public. That's fine. But just the way they fucking flop their tits out all over and expect us to look at the fucking greedy-handed little monster. Stick a bottle in his mouth when you're on a plane. Shut up.
But the kid wants
enough of
bitty.
your tits.
You pull that tit out.
Yeah, really? Give him a peanut brittle.
He wants bitty.
Fucking sick of it.
Let's get the fuck out of
all
here.
All you moms and your big nips.
Jim's breastfeeding rant was brought to you by DirecTV. Call 888-961-DirecTV.
Of course it is. Your sugar milk. Fucking awful. Fucking rotten, leaky silos.
What does it taste like anyway?
Sugar water.
Why, you've had some?
No, but I've heard enough people who have. No, why would I take that?
Oh, wait, I had the ice cream that day.
Oh, God damn.
I forgot about that.
Breast milk ice cream?
Yeah, we made breast milk ice cream. Dude, I ate breast milk ice cream. I forgot about that. And it went in okay, and then the aftertaste was horrendous.
Never.
Musty.
Like sweaty or something.
Sweaty or something.
Sweat, because it was
That's
sweat
right,
in there.
Davey tried it, too.
What do you think? There's only fucking milk glands that fucking pipe out of there? There's sweat glands.
We made
fucking sebum.
We made a nice
shit
vanilla
glands.
ice cream, though. Nice vanilla ice cream.
What's in there? It was disgusting stuff.
It tasted very creamy and ice creamy, and then it started tasting gamey.
I don't even like fucking cow milk. I hate milk. It's a disgusting thing.
I just hate saying milk.
It's
a tough word.
It's ugh.
It's an awful word. Milk. It sounds like you have a lot of milk in you when you're saying milk.
I like cereal. And it sucks because I can't eat it because that shitty fucking white cream crap has to go over it.
No, you don't. You know what you do?
Soy, man.
What?
Get someone to take
some soy,
or get someone to take a food poisoning diarrhea over it.
I'd rather
fucking eat a food poisoning diarrhea cereal. Leaves a discolored ring on the fucking cereal bowl. You're always eating Count Chocula.
Like, yeah, Cocoa Krispies. Look, turn the milk brown.
Can you imagine that? A fucking food poisoning shite. You're fucking eating Cheerios.
No.
Trying to cut up a banana to basket.
Just one of those piss out the ass fucking shit.
Yeah.
This is what a girl must feel like.
The type that when you wipe your ass, you pull your pants up and realize that you have spatter on the back of your thighs. You ever have to fucking paper? You ever have to toilet paper the back of your thighs?
I just abort the whole mission and jump in the shower.
It's fucking.
It's like you have to abort the wiping mission and jump in the shower.
It's one of those shits where you have to fucking take toilet paper and use it like a towel from your neck to your ankles.
Oh shit.
Let's get out of here. It ain't getting better than that. Let's get the plugs in. We got Jimmy at Caroline soon.
They're called follicles.
212-757-4100.
February 5 through 8. And I'm also doing San Francisco and Poughkeepsie Bananas in March.
And Hannity tonight.
Hannity
no more
tonight.
Combs. Most people don't know that still. It's just Hannity these days.
Yes, Hannity.
And Jimmy's going to be on Hannity tonight at 9, right? 9 o'clock?
Unless it's changed.
9. Yeah.
Shake
9.
that shit out, motherfucker.
And tomorrow I want to play Would You Eat That? Everyone's got to, save their boogers tomorrow. I'm not going to actually eat boogers, but I'll explain which ones you're supposed to eat. Which ones you should avoid.
I couldn't even imagine looking at other people's snot. How are you even looking at that? Well, you just
It'll be a little rough, but I'll look at them. That does give me the.
How does that give you the skeevy heebie-jeebies?
A little bit, not as much as you though.
No. I can't even look.
No.
Go
Jimmy's on the phone. Who are you talking to, Jimmy?
I'm leaving work soon.
Who are you talking to?
Hey, am I doing Heather tonight?
Oh, his guy.
What time is it?
All right. Anything you got, Ant?
Nah, I'm done skido tomorrow.
I think we're all done. What was it?
Fucking-
Oh, find my fucking phone.
Right.
I'm not forgetting anytime soon, Steve. Give me an update, Steve. And that's not Foundry Steve, by the way.
No.
I want you to crack some skulls and get to the bottom of someone ripping off my phone when I went over to Sirius XM on Friday.
Serious?
Huh?
No.
When's
Nothing.
tickets on sale?
I don't know.
Serious?
All right. Well,
All right, man.
yeah.
Later.